Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. How the heck are you? Yes, I am indeed Diana Clary and the Lavender Lady. This is indeed the open chat, and with me is the one, the only, the brilliant, the beautiful, the birthday girl, Kate Farr, Bionic Dance. How are you, honey? Happy birthday!
Thank you. Yeah, I'm mumble years old today.
Oh my, oh my! Don't feel bad. I'm way ahead of you. So.
Oh, I know. But I think, the truth is that I haven't enjoyed my birthday in a good long ass time. So I will just be happy if it's uneventful.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, that's got a point there because there is a little bit more time for events on your side of the puzzle page than on my side. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because, well, I mean, while it's 1900 hours here, it's 1600 hours over there. See the way that works?
Okay, but I don't understand the point you're trying to make.
Well, in those extra 3 hours, you've got more time to have events. So it might, yeah. So hoping for uneventful, that's, yeah, you've got 3 more hours to hope for uneventful.
Okay.
I'm making
If
absolutely no sense, I know.
none at all, okay. Sure.
Oh my, oh my. Oh, look, and everybody over here. Hi, kids, how you doing? Harmonica Man, Mage Grey Wolf, alias fake name, love you kids. And let's see, Nerdy, yay, and Travis. And I feel like Miss Barbara. I don't know. I, I never did look as good as she did back then, though. Oh well.
What on earth are you talking about? Miss Barbara?
Yeah, from Romper Room.
Oh, yeah. When I saw that, I wasn't even in elementary school yet. So I honestly have no idea. I just don't.
Okay, then, okay. Yeah, 'cause I got the whole thing. Yeah, I was gonna take you there to have you on the show, but you're a pain in the ass, and I won't even do it. You know, you got all that bullshit from the people in charge.
Do you mean the slimy bastards,
Yes,
or
I
do you
do.
mean
I
some
was
producer somewhere
no
said,
those
no, not you?
no
I
her
just,
her yeah. Um,
okay.
I just loved the way she would do that stuff. She was better at that than he was. With I would have done this, but you're such a pain in the ass. No, I'm not going to do it. And yes, I see you over there, Sylvia. Uh huh.
That is shit my parents never would have dared pull. I mean, if I'd actually done something wrong, like, go to your room kind of wrong, sure. But, just being like a pain, not so much.
Oh well. I think we've talked about it before. I think those were a couple of people who never should have had kids, or never should have raised kids. Let's put it that way. I mean, they didn't have anything to
Right.
do with bringing Anne Marie and I into the world, but
Right. Well, I mean, some people just aren't cut out for that, I guess. It'd be nice if they were before they decided to spawn or take someone else's spawn, but
there you go. There you go.
I mean,
Oh,
like okay, it's sort of a staple of bad sci-fi that like some people, like some futuristic societies, you have to have a license to get kids. You have to like pass some test or whatever, and then you're
oh,
allowed to breed.
yeah.
And as fascistic as that sounds, sometimes I wonder if it's not a horrible idea.
Oh, I've had that thought more than once. And
You know,
recertification is another one. Because I mean, if you put on airs and you look good for that first test, and then you just drop all pretense, and you're the bastards you would have been otherwise. They catch you on the second time around anyway and minimize the damage.
well, that's why I mean, like, there should be a written portion of this test.
And then
You
say
know,
say every year or something for the first 3 years you get recertified.
I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with that one. And in fact, I'm not even sure I agree with the whole idea of needing a license to have a kid, because it does sound like it's abusable.
Oh yeah,
Like,
oh
by whose
absolutely.
standards are you, I don't know, worthy is the wrong word for it. But,
Mm-hmm.
it's like by what standard should you judge a person's fitness for the job? That's where you start to get into vaguely fascist like behavior.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that. But that is the single solitary reason I think we shouldn't have a child license system.
Yeah, I mean, if you can use it, you can abuse it, no matter what it is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Although I prefer the sci fi version. Well, maybe it's not strictly sci fi, but never hand someone a gun unless you know where they're going to point it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my. But
So,
it's almost a good thing that HUD won't let me have a firearm. But that's another story. It's in the rules. Or at least when I read the rules, if you live in a Section 8 unit, you cannot have a firearm there.
really,
At least that's the way I remember reading the contract when I first moved into Section 8.
I'll be honest, I'm surprised there aren't a bunch of right wingers protesting that.
Yeah, well, I don't know because how many of the protesting type right wingers would be on Section 8 is what I want to know.
Well, okay, number one, not really up on the section this, section that. I'm not sure I grok.
Oh,
But regardless, if they're the sorts that it's like, oh, we need government charity to keep living our lives kind of thing, I'd say a metric fuck ton of them probably.
okay, because yeah, the Section 8, that's the affordable housing stuff.
Well, I mean, because like, okay, granted, there's definitely the right wingers who have way the fuck too much money, but if you look at like say Trump's supporters, the extreme right wing, how many of them were like rednecks with beer guts and MAGA hats and the
Yep.
freaking Dixie flag on their everything, on their literally on their everything. I was going to say car because I'm picturing the Dukes of Hazzard, but you know what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
I mean, they look like Walmartians, like the kind of people who have to be. And so I'm thinking, yeah, a lot of them would probably get kind of pissy about it.
Once you say it and I hear the words, I'm tempted to, yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. Yeah. So you've definitely got the points there. And
Mhm.
purpleness. Hello, hello, dear. Oh my, oh
Oh, yeah,
my,
it's
oh
purple.
my.
But
Yay.
yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm surprised they aren't out in the streets going, "We're poor and we want to be armed." I'm just surprised.
Well, I've got two arms.
You know what I mean.
Yes, indeed, I do. Oh, my word, my word. Did I already ask you how the game is on air?
I don't think you have. But for those who don't know, we're talking about Cyberpunk 2077. And okay, here's the thing, there was a lot, and I mean a lot of butthurt around this game, but I'm fairly convinced that a lot of it is just people who wanted something they were never going to get. Like you hear some of the complaints, and a lot of it just boils down to I wanted a game that was just like Skyrim, Fallout 4, Grand Theft Auto, and The Witcher 3. And it's like, well, why did you think you would ever get that? It's like they can't take the game on its own terms. So once you realize what it's trying to be, it's actually a shit ton of fun to play.
Oh, my, okay.
And it's also extraordinarily pretty. I mean,
Oh,
it is absolutely beautiful. There is a like a photo mode where you can go third person because the whole game's first person. You can go third person and pose your character in the scenes, and oh, it's so cool. Like, okay, for example, I have an image of my character in her apartment.
oh, my.
Now, I don't know what's up, why yellow is everywhere in clothing in this game, but it is. So that is you can see Night City outside the window there, and all of that. Night City, by the way, absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh, the world, the level design is a work of fucking art. I mean, look at this. This is again my character riding around Night City on a motorbike.
My word.
And then
Okay.
here is a Night City sunset. How pretty is that? Oh my
That
gosh.
is, and
Now,
that's the one you put up on Twitter, isn't it?
yeah, because they have a photo mode contest going on. There's a couple of different categories. This was for the portrait category.
Okay then.
And I mean, it's so like I don't think it'll even come close to winning. But just look at that. You got this sunset in the background, you got those neon lights, you got a character who's obviously happy with herself standing in front of that motorbike looking badass, but without hamming it up. Because some of the poses that you can put your character in are so hammy. It's crazy. But yeah, so like just from a world building standpoint, it's wonderful. Now, like I said, it's not without its bugs. For example, like I hate to compare it to Grand Theft Auto because I just said you shouldn't do it. But when you commit a felony in that game, the cops, unless they saw you do it, are not right on top of you. You know, so it's
Okay.
like you have a chance to get away, but you will still have a wanted level. In Cyberpunk 2077, however, they spawn like right on top of you when you like commit a crime.
Oh boy. Okay.
So, there's some bugs that need fixing. A lot of the AI is a little bit iffy, but it is still a blast to play it. It really is.
So you're good for at least another couple months with that baby.
Oh, more probably. I mean, the thing is that you have like a bunch of different life paths that you can go down.
Okay
And
then.
wait a minute, where the hell did the window just go?
I
That's
don't
weird.
know. I
Ah,
thought
there
you
it
took it
is. There it
down.
is. Okay,
Okay.
I don't know what happened. Um, but yeah, I mean, the thing is that you have three life paths you can choose from, and I hate that they named them that because it really doesn't make a lot of sense. Because it's actually your back history rather than
Okay
where you're
then.
going. It's what you
Okay.
were before you got to the point where you are. Because you start at like if you take the corpo life path, you're actually working in counterintelligence for the Arasaka Corporation. If you take Street Kid, well, that's pretty self-explanatory. You're just like some gutter punk. If you take Nomad, you actually grew up out in the Badlands, living kind of rednecky. And then, like, your family clan somehow ends up getting dissolved, or you have to leave it or something. And so you go to Night City. Now, once you finish that much of the prologue, 6 months go by, and now every life path converges to where V, your character is named V, is a mercenary in Night City. So a lot of people, when they heard that there were these different life paths, got kind of butthurt because they were like, "Oh, I want to play as like an executive who's climbing the ladder. That's the corpo I want to be." And you don't get that opportunity. You get kicked out of Arasaka like immediately.
Ah.
And so I mean, there's a lot of things like that where people's expectations were completely thwarted, and I think that's biting them in the ass and they're overreacting to it. Fortunately, there's this one dude on Steam who braved the spoilers for the rest of us and was available for questions. And so I was able to manage my expectations before the game came out because I was able to ask, can you do this? Can you do that? What's this like? And the dude had all these answers. I'm assuming it's a guy from the name. I don't even know. It sounded like a very masculine username, but again, I could be full of it. Regardless, if it weren't for this particular person on the forums, I might have been just as disappointed. But because I knew what was coming, I was able to run with it and take the game on its own terms. A lot of people couldn't,
Okay then.
or won't.
And then maybe,
So,
yeah, maybe won't. Yeah, I guess once you get an expectation, it's just kind of hard to shake.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh my. But oh well, what are you gonna do? I'm trying to remember who it was that was talking about expectations recently within the last 24 hours, and I forget, so I can't talk about it very much. Oh well. That's what happens when you get old. Your mind just goes.
Does it?
I don't know. You would not know. You're never going to age. No.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Oh my, oh my. Other than that, are you looking forward now to things? Well, I shouldn't say I'm looking forward to things calming down because they're not going to calm down. But after yesterday's vote, I don't know how much more hell the Republicans are going to raise.
Now,
If,
when you say yesterday's vote, I assume you mean the Electoral
yes,
College.
I do. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know if there's going to be very much they are able to raise effectively anymore, or um, I know they're going to be whining for the next, 4 years at least, but I don't know what they can do in an official capacity.
Well, I mean, a lot of the people who are whining, though, are actually Trump's supporters more than anybody else. Or at least that's how it seems. Like the actual politicians seem a little less invested in a way, unless it happens to be Trump himself.
Well, there is that group. How many were there? 120 or more that signed on to the effort to challenge everything right up to the last minute. There were mostly Republicans in the House of Representatives.
I hadn't heard.
Um, yeah, there are a few memes circulating around. These are the representatives who behaved in a traitorous manner. Vote them out next time around. Um,
Hmm.
I I'm trying to remember if it was an amicus brief or if it was something else that they signed on to, trying to do the whole challenge thing. And I know it was news today when the Turtle Man actually said, "Okay, Joe, you won." Um, so yeah, I don't know. Just gonna have to see how it goes, where it goes. I don't know what they're planning, if anything.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I yeah. Again, I'm thinking more about his like Trump's supporters, Trump's base
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to that sort of thing. I mean, because you hear about a lot of people, or at least I do, when I look at the news, who just plain insist that the election was fraudulent, that it could not possibly be anything other than a Trump win, and that's that.
Yes. Um, I was doing a
You know,
little.
I mean, it wouldn't matter what they were told.
I was
Wouldn't
doing a little.
matter.
Yeah, I was doing a little bit of binge watching on Zod's channel, and he was talking to that on one of his videos, talking about the mindset these people have. Where it seems that they actually believe that he won, despite all evidence to the contrary. Yeah.
Well,
Um,
I mean, remember how religious most of these people are.
and I don't know. It's just difficult for me to, what's the word I'm looking for? Believe, accept, whatever, that they actually mean this. Because if I accept that, that means that they are living in a world that isn't this one. If you know where I'm coming from.
Well, I mean, I do.
Oh, hi,
How do I put
Jen.
this? They are. Uh, oh, I'm not sure how to phrase this. It's difficult. Stop that, Columbia. I don't know what she wants, but she's been whinging all day.
Well,
Um,
it's not dinner time, I can tell you that.
Not yet. Thing is, like,
Yeah,
I guess these people just want it that badly.
sort.
And there's a lot of people out there who just flat out stated that Donald Trump was like appointed by God. And so any result other than his victory was somehow like satanic, I guess. It's a thwarting of God's will, according to some of these fuckers.
And yeah, I got that from Zod, from his video. He was actually speaking to that particular point. Um, And yeah, Jen mentions Greg Locke. I mean, I've got a screenshot saved on my machine just for him because he's going on and on and on about Trump will assume the presidency for his second term on the 20th. Um, and it's just so difficult for me to believe that somebody could actually believe that crap. But then again, I've known some pretty crazy people in my time, so maybe I should believe it. And when
Hmm.
I say pretty
Well,
crazy, I mean pretty crazy. I mean, these people had diagnoses and everything. Uh,
hmm. Well, I mean, I understand wanting something that much. I really do. But not to the point of denying reality. I mean, I am not 100% certain about the results of 2016. But at the same time, when I see the evidence, it's undeniable that what happened is what happened.
yes.
It was just largely a function of our shitty ass system. You know,
Yeah.
mind
Yeah.
you, I didn't want Hillary as president any more than I want Biden as president, any more than I want Trump as president. I want a president who actually represents me, which is not what we're getting. So,
Mm-hmm. Oh my! I was gonna say something. I forgot exactly what it was, but that's okay because I'm forgetful in that manner. Oh
hmm,
my! Oh my! Oh, I know what it was. It just gets me that I would expect that a person would, instead of whinging the way Locke is, for example, it would be turning toward, okay, what do we do now to counter this? Rather than it simply didn't happen.
he would never go there. That's just not a Greg Locke thing. I mean, he is a fanatic. There's no other way to put it. Greg Locke is a fanatic.
And then so many more must be as well, because there are so many that take this stance.
Hmm. Well, I mean, the thing is, if you start, or rather, if you assume that their starting point is we're right, then everything he does makes perfect sense.
And again, that's what Zod also said. Yeah, it's. I'm glad you mentioned him way back when, because I finally started listening to some of his stuff, and it makes some pretty decent sense. If anybody hasn't looked at Prophet of Zod, please do. Um, what do we have here? Jesse Lee Peterson comes to mind too, Jen says. That name, I'm not sure I recognize it.
No, that's no idea.
Okay, then, Moo. Well, I'm just gonna look and see if I can find it. Okay, here we go. Balcosindi. Do, 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 do. Right wing podcast and talk show host, president of the Brotherhood Organization of a New Destiny. What the fuck? Since 1990, prior to entering political commentary, he was a small business owner after moving to California from his native Alabama in 1968. Okay, sounds like a fun guy.
Well, it's funny because I'm rereading a book series that I haven't read in a very long time. It's the Harris Serrano, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but Harris Serrano series by Elizabeth Moon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Elizabeth Moon. I keep mixing her up with Lois McMaster Bujold, but regardless, one of the book starts with a character being kidnapped by the, and I quote, New Texas God-fearing militia.
Okay, and then from what I'm seeing in the side chat, it sounds a lot like this. Yeah, because
Well, but I mean, the thing is that the new Texas God-fearing militia is actually a set of planets that have basically isolated themselves and decided that like Texas lore should rule everything. And so they've like got all these people who like here's their real name, but their title is Ranger this, Ranger that, like Bowie, for example, Ranger Bowie, Ranger Austin, all of
oh
that.
my,
And like they have these very puritanical, like women must always look down and be there to serve men and blah 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 blah, all of that nonsense, right? And so it like when they kidnap this it's actually the daughter of the guy who runs the Familius Regnant, which I could go into. There's a lot of lore in this series, but so they mount a military operation to get her and the other prisoners back. But I mean, if you read that particular part of the series, the new Texas, the God fearing, or what is it? The new Texas God fearing militia sounds remarkably like the MAGA people right now,
Okay, yeah.
uh, like Greg Locke types.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, I like the way Beach put it here. As far as the Jesse Lee Peterson person, he says he's a black white supremacist.
so basically, man, I hate to say this, but basically an Uncle Tom.
Basically, it sounds like, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe even a militant Uncle Tom. Um, and
Actually, it's funny. There was a term I heard not too long ago that when I heard it, I was like, "That's awful," but it makes perfect sense. There's like this. I thought, what was the show? I think it was House, actually, where a guy, he's like a doctor. Um, he's a black doctor and is always trying to prove himself. And this patient comes in and calls him an Oreo. And
oh
I was like,
boy.
oh, black on the outside, white on the inside. Got it. Eek, that's terrible. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess some people actually say that and mean it. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, this is weird. Okay, Jen says, my daughter got 3 months of unemployment, then her store closed and her claim changed and none since. Oh, what the? I didn't know you could change horses in midstream that way.
Okay, you lost me with that last sentence.
Yeah, she says, my daughter got 3 months of unemployment, then her store closed and her claim changed. None since. It sounds like the unemployment got interrupted during its run.
No, I got that. It's just when I think of changing horses midstream, that's not the
Well, yeah,
context.
I probably mixed my metaphors there, but it's switch to a different track or whatever it is. I didn't know you could do that. I thought once you started receiving unemployment for a term, that's the way it went. But I haven't been out there
Well,
in so long, I
most
wouldn't know.
unemployment is based on your income. I mean, there have been a couple of times where all of a sudden my income increased and my benefits had to change because of it.
Okay then.
That is definitely a thing.
Okay then. Okay. Well, I mean, I understand the whole thing about they say you get more money and your benefits have to go down. That's the way they always do it. Um,
Sure.
oh, look, it's a kiddiness who is being insistent about something. Manda, hi!
But she will
Yay!
never she she's getting better about sitting on my lap. She like didn't want to after Xander came on the scene for a good long time. But sometimes, I mean, she's taken to whinging lately, and I have no idea why. I don't know what she wants, and it's very frustrating, actually. Because I
Okay,
love my kitty and I want to give her what she wants, but I don't know how.
I don't know. Could you dress up as dinner? No, huh?
Probably not.
No. So essentially what I'm seeing then is it the case that the store basically closed in order to get out of paying the unemployment? Is that the way it worked?
Oh, I have to wonder if I misunderstood something rather badly.
Hmm?
Because when I heard her store, I thought she was an independent business owner or something.
No, I guess he was her store, in other words, the store at which he worked. Yeah. Um,
Right, but I mean, you can understand my
yes,
confusion.
I can. Yes, I can.
Yeah, her store sounds like she, the owner.
Oh my. Yeah, government and regulations. Government's all about regulations. if you can make a regulation to confuse people, yeah, go ahead and do it. Nothing like
Well,
bureaucracy.
yeah, I mean, you've heard the old expression that the scariest words in the English language are "I'm from the government and I'm here to help."
Yes. Oh
So,
my word. That's something interesting when you say I'm here from the government. Something I haven't noticed is nobody has come by to inspect the place yet. I wonder if that's getting done this time around. Because November is the time they would have normally come to look at the thing and make sure that the ceiling wasn't on the floor and stuff like that. And nobody's been around yet. I wonder if nobody's going to be coming here because of COVID or what's going to happen.
well, I
Um,
can tell you this much. I think that there is some sort of moratorium on such things because I mean I get healthcare from the state of California. It's not federal, it's state, but usually every 6 months they demand that I fill out this form, that form, the other form, and since COVID, they haven't been as insistent.
okay, because
You know?
they did want their forms back in September. But other than that, yeah, didn't have to didn't have to do anything, and even the building owner has not been by to do that round of inspections because the feds do theirs and then Davidson does his, and nobody's been around. So I'm wondering, yeah, if it's just going to be. I mean, not that I mind because I really don't like anybody intruding upon my space, but
Hmm.
and I do say it's my space, even though it technically doesn't belong to me. Um,
Well, I mean, MySpace has been dead for years anyway.
yeah, true, true, true.
Come on. What do you want to do? But yeah, I don't really like that either. Thankfully, I haven't had to go through that. I've never been in a position where I needed home inspections. However, and I know I've bitched about it before, when they want to do that mid-year review thing to make sure that I'm not making too much money to get health care, they not only demand all kinds of personal info, but they demand it be in a ridiculous format,
Oh yes,
right?
yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if I give them like screenshots of my Patreon income. They're like, well, it doesn't have your name on it, and I'm like, well, Patreon doesn't put my name on it. What am I supposed to do? And but it turns out that if I write all of that information, or even just how much I get from Patreon, on like a cocktail napkin or the back of a receipt and write my name on it in handwriting, they're okay with it.
That is
Like it
just
doesn't
totally
even matter
strange.
if I print out the picture of the Patreon page and sign it. That's not good enough for them.
And you would think it would be the other way around, that printing out the page, because it would be more difficult, I would think, for you to alter that printed out page than by simply writing
Well,
on a cocktail napkin.
I mean, yes and no, but it shouldn't matter because by putting my signature on it, if I'm lying, I've perjured myself. They made that point very clear
Mm-hmm.
that they need to make sure that I'm not committing any kind of perjury, right?
Mm-hmm.
So but still apparently that's not good enough. Signing it under like penalty of law is not good enough for these idiots
Mm.
or
And
for Colombia
yeah, Columbia
apparently.
agrees, definitely. I noticed Amanda asked a little bit up the column there. Do we have any plans for New Year's, each of us? You gonna be as quiet where you are as I am over here?
I honestly had not even given it some thought. Like not even a little bit gave it some thought.
Okay then, because I'll tell you, Amanda, it's been more than 30 years since I've done anything outside of the house for New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. Especially since I've lived in the poorer neighborhoods, um, because in the neighborhoods in which I've lived lately, say the last 25 years, um, people like to celebrate with small arms fire.
Hmm.
And, I just don't want to be out there while I've already had one of my windows hit with a 22 caliber projectile some number of years ago.
Projectile, thank you.
Well, I don't know though. It's one of those ceramic squares that you make a big project of.
Uh-huh. Let me ask you this: that animal that's not an alligator but remarkably similar, is it a crocodile?
As a matter of fact, it does kind of look like that, doesn't it?
Except it's clearly a crocodile. That's clearly the word people use for it, and it's spelled the same way. You just have a bad accent.
Actually, no, crocodile is the drug. That's right. Um, there's a synthetic opioid out there called crocodile, and it's called that because one of the unfortunate side effects is it does things to your skin and makes it all scaly, and you end up looking like a crocodile's back.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I guess it was popular in Russia for a while, and I haven't heard much about it lately. But what do we have?
Hmm. Columbia, for crying out loud. I want to help you, but I can't if all you do is meow.
Oh, okay. Well, wait a minute now. Purple. It's a online New Year's party. Okay, so you're going to be doing one of your own then, Purple? Because we hadn't planned a relay chat or anything for New Year's. We've got one going for Christmas, but
I'm not gonna be in that one. It's just ever since that fucking argument about masks on Twitter, where everyone misconstrued everything I fucking said,
oh,
and
okay.
like even people who I thought were friends turned on me. Fuck that shit. I'm just done with Twitter. But I have to be on Twitter to be part of that show, and so fuck that. If anyone wants to organize one on Facebook, let me know. But otherwise, fuck that.
Oh, okay
Just
then.
saying. I'm sick and tired of this community. I really am. It's just full of too many reactionary assholes who resemble like theists way the fuck too much. And this is one of the reasons, seriously, like I've unsubscribed almost every atheist channel I'm on, and I've left Twitter, and I left almost every atheist group I was in because, quite frankly, the whole thing's getting toxic, and I want nothing to fucking do with it. So,
Okay then. Well, I cannot see any reason for you to subject yourself to crap. Yeah, so.
uh huh. So basically, yeah, I that if anyone was wondering, that's why I'm not in that anymore. Because honestly, I can't deal with these people anymore. They're getting worse and worse. It's like a bunch of godless theists at this point.
Oh man, wouldn't that be a channel name? The Godless Theist. Oh
Eh,
my.
Well, I mean, in a weird way, you could almost make an argument that, like, say, for example, pantheists or deists are that exactly, but I don't know.
Well, okay, if the godless part is, yeah, without the Christian God.
Well, no, I mean, even like, say, for example, a pantheist is not so much believing in God as much as they're believing in the Force.
Okay, okay.
I mean, let's face it, the Jedi and the Sith and the Force, that's all just a kind of pantheism. There's no other way to look at it. It's pantheism.
Okay, okay, Buddhist channel, there you go. And then worship my kitchen equipment. Yeah, there's the other one. I know, I know. Horrible, horrible. Um, but
So,
I've got nothing else to do as far as that goes, so I'll go ahead and do some stuff. As I'm signed up for Christmas Day, I'll be there for a while. And, well, when Purple kicks it off, Christmas Eve, I'll be there on his panel. And we'll just take it from there.
No, okay, here's the thing, though. Pantheism doesn't mean a pantheon. That's different. Pantheism is like the whole universe is God.
I was
the
going
whole
to say,
universe.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pantheism. So, I mean, it's different from having a pantheon. It really is. I'm not sure what you call that, actually, since it's not pantheism. I don't know the word for it.
Having the pantheon?
Like if you are a believer and what you believe in is a pantheon of gods, I don't know what you call that. I mean, it's clearly theism, but
I thought it was polytheism.
Oh, you're right. I don't know why I couldn't think of it.
Okay,
but you're
okay.
completely correct on that one, yes.
Okay, then. Yeah, I mean, my thing is I don't believe in one God. I don't see any reason to believe in multiples.
Well, I mean...
Okay, Jen taking off. All right, you take care, hon.
Yeah. No, I was thinking of a way to justify believing in multiple gods rather than just one. But I suppose the only way you could do that is by saying everyone's their own god. Okay, I dated a Wiccan for a while, and like she sort of got into that a bit. Is like I'm my own goddess kind of thing. You know?
Okay, I mean, that sounds so much like the theists who complain that we want to be our own gods. It puts a bad taste in my mouth, but...
Well, but it's very different, though. The application of it is very different. Like, it might as well be a secular thing. Like, just the way they treat it, the way they act when they're doing it.
Okay.
It's, yeah. Well, anyway.
Because... I mean, I left the whole gods thing behind a long time ago, and I just can't see a reason to pick any of it up. And I know that some of the polytheists I know of can get kind of testy when it comes to us atheists.
Okay. Well, okay, I've never in my entire life had, say, like, for example, a Wiccan get snarky at me for saying I don't believe in any gods.
Okay.
Not once ever. So, for whatever that's worth, I mean, that's personal anecdote, so.
And as far as I know, it could be just the individual personalities that get a little bit of, what's the word for it, snarky, when it comes to that sort of thing.
Although I'm tempted to not use that term anymore because Mrs. Snarky was one of the people who decided to turn into a complete cunt during that argument about masks.
Okay, then I'm just kind of surprised that you had not been blocked by that time, because I've been blocked for quite a while. Oh well, what are you gonna do?
I actually had to block a bunch of people who basically said, "Yeah, we still follow you specifically to hate you."
Oh man, that just seems like wasted effort to me.
Well, I'm just... This is one of the reasons why I'm not on goddamn Twitter anymore, is just because I'm sick and tired of dealing with these people. Like, I mean, not that they don't exist on Facebook, but to such a lesser degree, to the point where, like, I'm trying to remember the last time I blocked anybody. I'm just saying, it's like I'm sick and tired of dealing with the atheist community because it's not even a community anymore. Not really.
What is it with you, Columbia? Now is she gonna be all nice and happy? No.
No. She's gonna escape. This has been her pattern. I don't know what her deal is at all.
Oh my. I don't
It
know.
just, I don't know. I love my kitty, but she's kind of being a total vag right now, aren't ya? Like, silly cat. Oh, well.
Oh, my Purple. Purple says Snuggy was the first person to ever block me because I said she wasn't allowed to say when a fight she started was over. Okay, then. I don't know.
Is she
It's
the one that's like married to
the Godless
Godless?
one. Yes.
Yeah. I So it's probably remnants of my not accepting their do or die proposition about trans folk. You know,
Well,
you're against us bullshit that they tried to pull.
well, that's what got me blocked. When it was either when I would not stand with Essence of Thought or when I did stand with Rachel Oates, or both. But what are you gonna do? I guess it's
Well, the weird thing is that, like, I kind of agree. Actually, I probably completely agree with their end goal. It was their methods that I had a problem with. It was that with us or against us, one strike and you're out, Michigas, that made me go, and you know what? I don't want to be on your side, even though we agree ideologically.
moo. Oh
And
well.
apparently that was a bridge too far.
Yeah, that's well. I don't know. I guess no matter where you go, no matter what you do, you're gonna find an enemy or two.
Yeah, but Twitter got to the point where I was like, even people that I thought were friends who would see my logic, who would even give me a chance to explain, decide to turn on me, and I was like, well, fuck all of you then. I mean, I'd already been kind of half divorcing myself from the community anyway. This was just the final nail in the coffin.
Okay then. Oh
You know
my.
what? Just go give them some kibble to shut them up.
Oh my! Don't spoil those two. They're gonna be after you an hour and a half early all the time.
I know. It's just I don't know. Like maybe it's not even food that she wants, but I don't know what to give her.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Gotta work on
Yeah.
your cats to English translation there. Oh
Well,
my.
I mean that's another thing. I've been looking at websites that talk about how cats communicate, and like the one thing I already knew it when I saw it, but the one thing they always say is look at the tail, look at the tail.
Yes.
The tail will tell you. But the problem is that while Columbia is this is one of the few times where she fits the actual cat mold, where she hasn't been, she doesn't chase, she doesn't do like knocking shit off shelves, all of that. That's Xander's thing, but she'll do the tail properly, where Xander's tail is always moving. It's never stopped. I could be petting
Yeah.
him and his tail will go wag, 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 or it could just be the tip going, nyeh, 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 and I'm like not sure what he's feeling because he doesn't fit the usual signals.
Sounds like a certain kitten I could name. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because her tail will tend to move around. Purple says Sammy's son does that to me when he spits up. He feels he needs to show it to me. Oh boy. Um. Yeah.
And
What I absolutely love is I'm heading into the can late at night and step in a hairball. Uh,
be glad it's a hairball.
yeah. No, I haven't stepped in a pile of crap. That's a good
Uh,
thing. Oh my. But
well, Xander's a little bit on the messy side. I mean, I love him to death, but he needs to remember that the litter box is there for a reason.
now does he kick the litter out of the litter box? Because that's what she's starting to do now.
And then he'll pee on it. The thing is, like, I have two litter boxes. One of them is basically just a box, and that's it. The other one is more of like a little clubhouse looking thing that they climb into,
Oh, it's
and
got the
it's got a
cover and everything. Yeah.
thing about it is that, and this is really convenient, is it has this little drawer where you tilt it and all of the loose litter falls away from it, and all the poo ends up in the drawer when you tip it back, right? So then you
Oh,
can just pull it out and dispose of it really easily. So it's actually extraordinarily convenient, this thing.
okay. Now I know about the electrically operated cat boxes like that. I didn't know that there were any manual boxes. What?
It's not even really the same thing, unless there's a design I haven't seen. The electric ones tend to have this thing that goes sweep, sweep, like that, back
Yeah,
and
yeah,
forth.
yeah.
This one you have to do it manually.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even sure where the stuff goes when it's being swept. I mean, is there a container somewhere, or is it just getting moved to one side?
I think there's a container into which it falls. I think, and I would have to look to be sure, but I think it's a grate with two different sizes of openings, where you've got the small opening that the litter can fall through, as the cat crap is dragged over it, and then the larger opening where it falls, something like that.
Well, I can actually, because I found it is really easy to find. Present now, window, except for the fact that they've made it translucent so you can see what happens. This is exactly what I have.
Okay, okay.
So basically, you tilt it, right? And that screen there is where everything, like all the loose litter, goes in, whereas all the stuff that's either clumped or poo or whatever, you just keep tipping, 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 tipping until it's all up at the curved area there. Then you tip it back so that all the loose litter comes out of where that screen is, but now all the poo has fallen into that drawer.
Gotcha.
And then you take it out and just wherever you dispose of it. So yeah,
Gee,
it's
that
pretty
looks.
convenient.
Yeah, it does look convenient.
But it also helps the litter stay in because the hole that they have to climb through is kind of tall off of the floor, so
Yeah, it
it's
looks
harder
it.
for them to scoop it out.
It would
Columbia,
almost.
for crying out loud, knock it off!
It would.
Wow.
It would almost look worth trying, but I'm not sure that there's enough space to house one of those. Because what I've got right now is the open pan, and it's between the vanity and the crapper. It just fits right in there, and I mean, I could get that other one, but I don't know.
Well, I will say that it's nice, it helps, it's less messy, so it's worth having. But I know you have those limited space concerns, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Okay, I got that thing. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Oh, it's not as expensive as I thought it would be. I see in the area of about $30.
That would have been what I would have guessed, but I've had this thing since I lived in Seattle, so I couldn't possibly remember.
Oh my! I'm looking over here. There's another one called Smart Sift, and it reminds me of one of the old NCR cash registers because it's got a lever on the side, and I guess it's one of these things where you pull it back and then you push it back, and somehow it'll operate a screen or something. Yeah, like the old cash registers, and they want
Uh,
$72 for it, and it's like, no, I don't think I would pay that much. But oh my word.
anyway, I find myself quite confused. Why does it have one of the monsters from Legend of Zelda on it?
Okay then. Well, you know. Oh my, this is crazy. This is absolutely craziness. I have to look
Mhm.
this up over here.
What?
It is a litter box, a Litter Robot 3 Connect. Holy shit.
Litter robot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Litter Robot 3 Connect is the highest rated Wi Fi enabled automatic self cleaning litter box for cats. Never scoop cat litter again while giving kitty a clean bed of litter for each use. Comes with 90-day money back guarantee. $500 for this thing.
I mean, I suppose if it gets the job done and you're rolling in dough, all right. But I
And
mean,
it's got to be for those with more money than sense. Absolutely.
well, I don't know. It might just be for those who have more money.
That too.
I
Oh
mean, you
my.
don't have to have a lot of sense necessarily to spend dough that you have lots of.
Yeah, this darn thing. I
Hmm.
don't know if the price tag is visible or if the bottom of the
It
frame
says
cut it.
4.99. You can see it.
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't know if the rest of the audience can, but I can totally see the price.
Oh, let's see what we've got here. No, it cut it off, darn it. I'm gonna have to do some work with reframing this darn thing, but yeah, $499 for this damn thing. Um, some kiddies are spoiled. I don't know. And what I don't
Well,
understand is what are you gonna do with a Wi-Fi enabled litter box?
if you look at the phone, there's clearly an app there, and so I guess you can set what time it empties itself or whatever. That's what it looks like anyway. If I had to guess, that would be my guess.
Okay then. Wow. Remote, remotely monitor litter box usage. Holy shit. This is beautiful. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Yep. Capitalism is good for the economy.
But not much else.
Yeah. Oh my, oh my, oh my. What else do we have going on over here? Okay, Purple says there are automatic ones available for 100 to 100 and a half. Okay.
Well,
Hey,
maybe I'll put it on the wish list for gift miss. I don't know.
what did I just put on the wish list? I have to figure out. I lost track of how to share the wish list. Um,
Supposed to be itself. Go to the wish list and then copy the URL.
oh, okay. Just take it right out of the address bar and go from there.
Well, that's what I do.
Okay, I'll do that way. Yes. Oh my.
Oh, there's a
Okay.
couple of things I'm probably just gonna buy for myself. I mean, my parents sent me some money for like birthday, so I like. Okay, I don't know if I have excessive webbing here or not, but this rips the hell out of this skin right here. Just like this part, can't do it. After a couple of hours, it really hurts. And I'm
Huh.
not developing callus or anything. So one of the things I put on there is a wrist rest.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah. But I may just buy it for myself because frankly, it's getting to a point where I need it and don't want to wait.
Okay then. Oh, hi,
Yeah.
Dragon Queen. How you doing, honey? Yay.
Yeah. Pull the chat back up. I hadn't been looking. That's one of the problems with like having so many monitors and so many apps open, programs open is it's really easy to miss things that people are saying.
Okay, then you wouldn't happen to be playing the game right now, would you? As well as talking?
No,
Okay. Because it looks
no,
like you're doing something on the monitors.
I am, but it's not the game. No.
Okay, then. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Wait, what you got? Oh, you're working. Oh my word.
Yeah. Although I like to think of it as playing, I'm trying to make a futuristic looking city because I'm going to need it later for the animation. So, yeah.
Okay,
Can you
sweet.
see the render window or not?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Because
you've.
I wasn't sure. I'm sharing a window rather than my screen, so I wasn't sure what was visible because the render window is technically a separate window. So,
Yeah, it was the gray square with the four green squares inside it, right?
yeah, that was streets and city blocks. So, because I'm really just starting out on this city. It is something I'm gonna need though, so.
Oh my, okay. Oh my. In the Street of Dreams and all that good stuff. And oh, and look, Tara is here as well. Hello, hello, hello.
I know too many of those.
Too
Can we
many.
be specific? Can we be specific as to which one?
Which Tara?
Yeah.
Oh, Lone Wanderer.
Oh. Oh, okay. So, like I said, I know a lot.
Okay
So,
then. Oh my. And then yeah, Doctor is here. And are you allowed to refer to yourself as Doctor, or do you have to stop that because you're not an MD?
yeah, I heard about that. Did ya?
That was fun, fun, fun.
Well, I mean, the funny part is how many. Like I've said before that it took an adjustment when I found out that there were doctors who weren't MDs.
Oh,
It really
okay.
did because I was little and nobody said, "Oh yeah, there's different kinds of doctors." So when I encountered someone who said they were Doctor Fill in whatever their last name was, and it turned out they were a scientist, it took some adjustment. It really did, but I could do it. Unlike people like, say, Ben Shapiro.
Yeah. Yeah, and then well, me coming out of academia, they were everywhere. So I mean, I wanted to be one. So I was quite accustomed to all that stuff. And as you say, you know, maybe I would just take it for granted that other people knew the things that I knew, and yeah, it's not necessarily the case, but I mean,
Yeah.
there were two instructors at my high school who held PhDs, and you know, I referred to Dr. Lindsay or Dr. Brashear, and neither one was an MD, neither one was a PhD in a hard science. So,
There was like the head of the computer lab in my high school was Dr. Hall. I don't know what he was a doctor of. It never came up,
okay
but
then,
that's what we called the guy.
okay then, yeah, because Doc Lindsay held his PhD in history, and Brashear had a PhD in English.
Hmm. Well, and I mean, it was the same adjustment I had to make when I found out that there were engineers who didn't drive trains.
Okay then.
I mean, you grow up with a definition, you kind of stick with it for a while, unless you have a good reason not to. And until I was, I don't even know what age, the only engineers that existed drove trains. That's just what an engineer was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I can hardly be blamed for it. I just had never been exposed to the
Right.
concept.
Absolutely.
As opposed to, again, people like Ben Shapiro who want to deny reality.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm no fan of the Bidens by any stretch, but even I wouldn't deny this.
Mm.
It's just plain the truth. So what advantage is there to saying, nah, this isn't how it is? What advantage is there to that?
Really? Yeah. You're just whining when you do that sort of thing. And Osiris,
Hmm.
I wonder how many of us are there. When you say you did pharmacology for 3.5 years, mental health issues got in the way. Mental health issues is why I didn't obtain a PhD. I crashed and burned on my way there. I know several other people to whom that happened. I have to wonder what percentage of us who start out wash out. But
Hmm.
you know, it's well, PhD in
Well,
neuroscience, that was a tough track, and that's why I loved it so much.
well, I mean, I have to wonder, like what can't you get a doctorate in? Like what disciplines, whatever, do they not like where they go, okay, yeah, you can study that, but you can't get a doctorate in it.
Oh
You know,
my!
like could I get a doctorate in animation?
I am almost willing to bet that one way or another you could. I don't know if you
Hmm.
would call it Doctor of Animation or you would call it something else, but the concentration would still be animation. I don't know.
Well, but what I mean is, could I get a PhD in it?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say, and I'm stumbling over myself trying to say it. It wouldn't surprise me that you could. I just don't know what it
Hmm.
would be called.
It would be called a PhD.
What the concentration name would be called. Um, you have various concentrations within the sphere of biology, for example.
Well,
And
obviously, I'd be studying lesbianology, but okay.
okay, there you go, there you go.
Hmm. But no, I mean, I don't know, like, because I mean, when I hear about people getting their doctorate, don't they have to like present something new, like some doctorate paper thing that like changes the industry somehow
That's what I thought.
or the discipline or whatever?
In obtaining a master's degree, your work does not necessarily have to be original. But I thought that in order to obtain a doctorate, it had to be original work that somehow advanced the what's the
The
field.
area of study.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the area of the field. That's what a dissertation would be all about. For those of us who wanted to do the hard science thing, it would be original lab research. Um, multi year stuff like that, and
There's this movie from the 90s that I absolutely love called PCU. And like the basic concept is it's technically Portchester University, but it really ultimately stands for politically correct university, right? And the theme of the movie really is you're young, have fun, quit whinging, but it's not just about people on the left. It's also there's a bunch of like right wingers who want their frat back because frats were banned from this college, right?
mm,
So there's the sort of Animal House esque plot hook right there. Um, but at one point, a bunch of kids lost their theses, right? Because someone tripped over a cable in the computer lab. And so now one of the people who live in the place that used to be the frat is going, okay, we can solve this. And he pulls out a bunch, like this big filing cabinet of like stolen papers, stolen thesis papers, right? And so he's handing them out. It's like someone says, "My major is physics," and he goes, "Ah, here we go. The behavior of atoms in an excited state. Watch out! It's a scorcher." Like this guy comes walking in and he goes, "Sanskrit," and he's like, "Sanskrit? You're majoring in a 6,000-year-old dead language. Here's Latin, best I can do." And someone else walks in and he goes, "Phys ed," and he's like, "Phys ed, really? Just get out, get out." you know. But I
oh
mean, I mean,
my!
the way they made it sound is like you could be a doctor of phys ed
There's
in
one.
this.
I don't know if you can actually do a PhD in phys ed, although I think you might be able to do a PhD in sports medicine. Oh, ow. Boy, am I old. Now, Dr. Osiris Kate says that you're echoing. Let's see if it has anything to do with my stuff going on here. And
My katakana is too bad to read that. I hate to say.
I don't know which side of the. Oh, I see what's happening. I see what's happening. There. Okay, let's see if that helped. Um, and while we're at it, that camera was turned on. At least it turns itself off after a while. Okay, there you go. Yay, hopefully that helped a little bit.
Dunno. Maybe I should speak and see whether or not people say, "Why, yes, you're no longer echoing."
Okay, maybe it was me. Okay. So, yeah, Purple could do with a PhD in home repair.
Hmm. I don't know. Do they give PhDs for goofing off? Because if they do, I'd be like a double doctorate.
Gods, I know that feeling. It's especially lately. It's a matter of just trying to get myself moving on anything. Okay, if the echo was gone now, it was probably due to me coming through my speakers and into the microphone again. And you blow through here, and the music goes round and round, yo de do 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 do, and it comes out here.
The hell?
As I forget, I think it's called, and it comes out here. I think that's the name of the song. But you push the first valve down, the music goes round and round, yo de do 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 do, and it comes out here.
That sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't remember the yodi do 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 part.
Oh, okay. Oh my. Oh, jeez. So you only wanted to be a university lecturer, and it got way up there. Okay.
Uh,
I've known a PhD in music. Yes,
hmm.
it was one of the professors I had at University of Pittsburgh.
Well, you know the expression, those who can do, those who can't teach.
Yep. Those who can't
Mhm.
teach administrate.
I don't know. It's kind of funny to me because I've actually tried to teach and can't, so I do instead.
Okay. Okay.
No, I'm a terrible teacher. I guess part of it is I just get frustrated with idiots who can't follow directions.
No, I was gonna head there because I have taught a little bit here and there, and I do best with people who. Uh oh, what's going on?
Oh, you know, Columbia meowed. I gave her a look and she did the head tilt.
Yeah, I do better with the people who want to put the work into it and are not absolute blockheads about it.
Damn.
Um, because especially in my not mentoring, what's the word I'm looking for? Tutoring days. Man, I got some real densoids, and yeah, by the time a tutoring session was over, I'd be ready to pull my hair out.
Well, at least you weren't ready to pull their hair out.
No, no, that's the problem with me is that I put the lock on that too hard, where I should punch somebody out and I don't.
Well, I mean, I've gotten to a point where I'm just not prepared to take anyone else's shit.
Okay then.
Like, well, I mean, you know how it can be is like after a while you just get fed up and all you can really do is tell people to smeg off.
Mm-hmm. The one I hated hearing, and I heard it more than once, was, "I don't care how it works. Just tell me the answer." And it's like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Well, it depends. I mean, like I hate it when someone wants me to figure it out on my own rather than telling me how it works. You know what I mean? Where it's like you go, okay, how do you do this? And they go, well, if you have this, then it leads to, and I'm like, don't give me fucking leading questions. I'm after answers here. You know, help me out.
Oh yeah, well I
Like,
mean,
like,
I'll take it
like
down.
I actually do genuinely want to know how it works.
Yeah, I'll take it down the path. It's not a problem as long as you're willing to go down the path with me, and you don't simply want the answer that you put on the page because.
Although I will say sometimes you got to give me the answer and then show me how it works
Oh sure,
rather than
sure,
here's
yeah.
how you do it. Now find the answer. I'm like, fuck that. Just show me the answer and then show me how you got there.
Yeah, because what always gets me is, okay, I don't care how it works, just tell me the answer. If you tell them the answer, the very next day on a problem that isn't exactly the same but similar enough, they're asking, for the answer again. When had they been listening to you and listened how to do it, they could have done it for themselves.
Well, by the same token, it is extraordinarily possible to take that to an extreme to the point where it's like, um, it feels less like I'm being helped and more like someone's being a jerk or showing off or something, where it's like, you don't have to be like that about it. You
Yeah,
know
I
what
get, I get the difference. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's just that some people like to lord it over, like how nobody likes to know it all,
Right. Yeah.
that kind of thing. And I mean, after a while, I just don't want to put up with that. And also sometimes it's like I'm never using this again. I need the answer, or even this is time critical. I need the answer.
Oh, well, we understand how that works. Yeah, I mean, if you need the answer within 30 seconds and it's going to take 5 minutes to take you down the path, I'll give you the answer and we'll worry about the rest of it later.
Well, I mean, okay, why don't we just talk about the elephant in the room here? We're basically talking about teaching a man to fish instead of giving him one.
Oh, right, right, yeah.
It's just easier to put it that way, I think. But I don't know. I mean, it just there are times where I'm not in a place where I need to learn right now. You know what I mean? It's like I'll learn it later. Right now, I'm frustrated because I've been trying and failing. Just give me the answer, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Where it's like the people who want me to figure it out on my own, where they give me the procedures. I'm like, yeah, or even worse, they give me the procedures and they don't work, or they gave me the procedures but they described something using language I never would have, or any number of things where it's like they think they're helping but they're not. And it doesn't matter how I protest their help. They keep pushing ahead and pushing ahead their way when it doesn't work for me. Like I know I've mentioned this before. There's this one guy at the game group that I used to go to before
oh,
COVID,
yeah.
where he would insist on telling us what you can do but not why you'd want to do it. Like, okay, you can move your piece over here. All right, how does that further my goal? Hold on, I'll get to that. But
Mm-hmm,
I'll
mm-hmm.
never retain the information if I don't know why I need to know it.
Yeah.
It's not how I learn.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, like if I'd been in the Karate Kid and Mr. Miyagi told me to paint the fence, I would have told him to get stuffed. Because, well, I mean, after a little while, I would have gone, this up and down shit sucks. I'll just do it my way. Unless he tells me that you're doing it this way because it will help you learn because you block like this when you do it and it'll give you muscle memory. If I don't have that explicitly said to me, I'll rebel. You
Uh-huh.
know, don't try to play games with me. Like don't try to couch coaching in some weird alternate way to make me go, like, to have that moment of, oh, I see what was happening all along. Don't do that. It never works.
I like the way Purple puts it. With trying to learn stuff on the computer, people tend to assume I already have some background and start at step 5 when I'm asking them, how do I open the box?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Or the ones where they say, okay, select this option from this menu. But it turns out that this option in this menu is actually nested in a tab somewhere. And then you have to scroll down until the arrow expands and then you can select it. But they don't tell you that part. So you're left looking for it and looking for it and looking for it. And it's not in the place they said it was.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Columbia, I am getting ready to light you on fire. Stop bitching.
Ooh! Should I start the recorder?
Ow! God, I love you, cat, but shut up.
Oh, boy, moi. Okay, what do we got going over here? Oh, missing is okay. There's oh for the love of Saint Gulick. Oh
What?
my, oh my, oh my. Okay, why she sent it to me, I don't know. But
What?
what is um okay, I'm trying to dredge the name of there's the Lone Wanderer sent me a birthday picture for you, and it's many much naked ladies.
Oh, okay.
S-
Fair enough.
So
Oh, that's something I forgot to mention about Cyberpunk 2077, actually, is that they have, okay, when you're designing your character, you have genital options and you have nipple options
oh no.
because there is nudity in this game. There's some fairly explicit sex in this game. It not very explicit, but explicit enough that it could probably get an NC-17 rating. The thing is, though, the only thing in the game that determines your actual gender, your pronouns, any of that is the voice you choose. You could build like the biggest bearded chick with a dick guy you wanted, and then like give it a masculine voice or a feminine voice, and that will change how people like I mean you can see imagery of people, they take a feminine body very hourglassy and add a schlong that goes down to your thighs, and it's like,
Jesus.
okay, fair enough. You should have seen the outcry of Christian groups, and it was almost entirely Christian groups, going, oh no, there's no gender in this, oh no, sexes are mutable in this, everyone run around with your hair on fire. It was hilarious to see them do it. And when you actually get into the game, it's not a huge deal.
Mm.
But you can take off every last scrap of your character's clothing and just go walking around on the street butt naked and nobody bats an eye.
Oh jeez. Okay then. Oh
Well, I
my,
mean,
oh
the
my.
crowd AI in the game does leave something to be desired. It's not very I mean crowds look beautiful, but it's not very sophisticated. Let's just put it that way. Dynamic is maybe the word I'm looking for.
Okay then.
Mm. So yeah, a lot of people don't react. Like you can, unless you walk near cops or gang members, you can walk around just openly carrying the biggest like power shotgun in the game, and no one cares.
And then there's Colombia. Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking forward to feeding time in just over a half hour, so I can make you shut your big yeah. Silly. I mean, I love you to death, but shut up. My
Oh
word.
my.
Hell, maybe she just wanted an invite to sit on the lap. I'm petting her right now and she's leaning into it pretty hard.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Like she used to climb on my lap and it worked with but then every time she does, Xander tends to run her off. Like it only works if he's asleep when she gets on my lap. I do wish that she would accept being picked up and put there, but she always, I don't know how she's taking it, but she always has to escape.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, well the
but I
little
love
one
my
is kind
kitty.
of
But I love my kitty.
always, always,
Mhm.
yes. And the little one, for example, with the lap, she wants a lap on her terms. So most of the time, if I pick her up and put her onto my lap, she's gone. Or if I pick her up and cuddle her, she's gone. Um, oh well, what are you gonna do? But then when she wants tension, she's gonna get tension.
Well, it's really easy to get tension these days. And I don't know how you thought I'd respond with anything other than that.
Oh my, oh my. But what's really interesting about Sylvia is she's always got to be on the top layer of whatever it happens to be. Now, on the bed is really interesting. If I've got out of the bed to go to the can and I'm coming back in and the blanket is folded over onto itself to where you would pick up the edge and then pull it over yourself, she's on that very top to where she's not on the bed itself to where I can pull the blanket over and we're both covered over. No, she's got to be on the part of the blanket that you pick up and pull over yourself. Um, Always works out that way. Whatever the layers are, she's got to be on that top layer. Um,
Well, I think I've told this story before, but when I first got her, kind of accidentally gave Columbia a bit of a Dutch oven, and now she won't get under the covers. But she used to before that.
okay then.
I did not intend this. It just kind of happened, and then, well, she lost interest in being under the covers.
But
But Xander sometimes can be persuaded.
what's really fun is the little one will occasionally curl up and let me have my arm around her. I mean, she'll
Hmm.
very often curl up and press into my back or whatever, but sometimes I can actually put the arm around her and she'll snuggle in there, and that's a kind of nice thing. But
Oh, I mean, Columbia, okay, when I'm lying down, there'll be a nightstand to this side, right?
okay,
And Columbia, ever since I got Xander, Columbia was sleeping on that for a good long time. Now she's starting to get a little more bold again about, sleeping on the bed part and sleeping next to me. And what she will do is she'll come over to this side and then lie, usually with her head down by my hip, but sometimes up here. I'll curl around her like that and just pet,
okay
pet.
then.
Although if she's facing towards my armpit, basically, she will start licking here absolutely raw. And I'm trying to sleep, so that doesn't really work for me.
Okay, okay.
But still, I mean, it's cute, and she's doing it again.
Yay!
Where for a while she refused because of her little brother. Although he's started learning that if he's on the left side of me, he can be there without any trouble.
Ah,
So yeah,
and then
like they're finding their territory. They're finding where they can be, and it's okay with the other one. So
and I guess he's learning that whenever you're talking about him, he can come up and jump over up on the chair there.
oh, did he?
He looks like he just jumped off.
I don't
Or
know.
no, or no, he didn't jump down. He jumped off. Okay.
He's here right now,
Yay!
like by the side of my chair. So
Oh my! Oh my! Oh
oh
yay!
whoops, but
Oh, please don't mind me.
oh, did you just? You did. Silly kitties. Hmm.
Okay, guys. Yeah, you have another half hour to go, guys.
Wow, has it really only been 6 minutes since the last time I said dinner was coming? Oh my
Yep.
gosh. Mm. Actually, it's fine. I'm starting to get a little hungry myself. The thing is that lately, and I don't know why, food has been weirdly unappealing. But the thing is, it's not all food.
Oh,
Like anything that's really heavy, anything grain based is kind of disgusting to me. Like I look at it and I go, that's going to be a chore to eat that. Even like something as simple as toast or pasta just looks unpleasant,
hmm.
right? But
Okay.
like fruit, for example, is lovely. I bought a whole bunch of canned pineapple, and I bought this thing of like sliced watermelon and stuff. I'm really enjoying that. And I actually got to a point where, like, instead of making a stir fry of everything, I just made a stir fry of vegetables, and that worked too. Feels like my body is trying to force me to be a vegetarian or even a vegan or something. And well, fuck that, because vegan food doesn't taste good.
Mm,
But it still feels like my body is demanding I lay off the meat and grains. I find it very
okay.
strange. It's a thing, but apparently it is.
Well, there are the times that yeah, well, my body's weird anyway, but especially lately. But where
Mm.
a dinner of, say, a bowl of grapes is infinitely preferable to a sandwich consisting of a couple slices of meat. So okay, I'll
Mm.
go with the grapes. You know, it's
Well,
I
I mean, I bought some pretty decent pastrami and some Swiss cheese the other day, and the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I don't really want to eat this.
uh-huh, yeah.
And mostly the bread. Although I have to wonder, I should try toasting the bread and putting butter all over it. That sounds a lot more appealing than a sandwich.
Okay, it is so good you'd eat it raw, but eating raw sandwiches is barbaric. No, huh?
What?
Oh, it's a takeoff on an old Quiznos subs ad. Are you
Oh.
familiar with something called the? I think it's is it sponge monkeys or spong monkeys? I forget which.
Mm.
Um,
I mean, let me put it this way. I know that Quiznos exists.
yeah, and they were a couple of characters that looked like moldy beans playing a guitar, and yeah, yeah. We love the subs. We love the Quiznos subs. Okay, you can.
I mean, you have to remember, I haven't actually like sat down and watched television since 2000, right? So I've missed a lot of commercials.
Oh wow, so it's been a lot longer for you than it has for me. Okay, okay.
Well, I mean, it was mostly just because I couldn't afford cable.
Yeah, and Kitty agrees. Um,
Mm.
well, there's the other thing. Yeah, I mean, now even I cannot, excuse me, I cannot see paying the money that they ask for the cable hookup, especially when you pay for the basic, and then you have to layer everything on top of it for extra premium, etc., and you end up spending close to $200 for anything close to decent.
Well, and it's getting that way with streaming services too. I mean, if you want to have what Amazon Prime Video, Netflix, Hulu, whatever the hell that Peacock thing is that NBC is doing because of their Peacock logo, and Disney Plus and blah 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 blah. You got to spend out the snout to get all of the streaming channels, and like half of the time. It's like, well, I really want to see that one thing that's the only thing I want to see on that channel,
Uh huh.
but
Yeah.
it's not worth shelling out just for that one show. So, at a certain point, there's got to be a certain amount of bounds of reason here.
Yeah. Um.
But I don't see it coming. Some weird package deal where it's like, okay, we made a deal with Hulu and Netflix. You can get both for the low price of this. You know?
Yeah. Oh my. So where was I headed with this? I was losing interest in the programming. Um,
Well, that's a separate issue entirely.
yeah, I mean, I can remember a time when Discovery Channel was good. That was 25 years ago, literally. Um,
Well, okay. So one of these days, I'm gonna get you started watching stuff that's more about entertainment.
well, Discovery Channel was entertainment, man.
I mean narrative fiction, and you know it. Okay, I
Uh,
already managed to get you to watch The Princess Bride. Maybe I should start sending you things like Deadpool and Babylon 5. I think you'd enjoy Babylon 5, frankly.
um, you're probably right.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is that it borrows from a lot of. Do you like Harlan Ellison?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Well, it borrows heavily from Ellison.
yeah. It's Ellison's a shitload of fun. If you're ever in a really great mood and you don't want to be in that really great mood, pick up some Harlan Ellison.
Hmm. But I mean, it's definitely worth the watch, and I think you'd enjoy it. Like if there's anything that's going to be a gateway to non-boring space opera-based sci-fi, Babylon 5 is probably it.
Oh my. Okay, so I see that Lone Wanderer says Babylon 5 is awesome. So does Dr.
Hmm.
Osiris.
Hmm. There's a chance we know what we're talking about.
Okay then.
Just saying, it's worthy of a look-see.
Moo. Oh, what do we have? I'm just curious here.
I just had the stupidest thing go through my head. When you said moo, my brain went to sand squirrel. And I realized, like, I actually thought of that a while back. I was like, is there anything called a sand squirrel that's like offensive? Is it a slur for people who live in deserts? Because if not, I think that'd be a really great name for like a character. You know, it's like, yeah, I live out in the desert wasteland. Everyone calls me sand squirrel, kind of thing. But it sounds like something that could easily be a slur.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Let's see.
And you know, I don't deliberately want I don't want to deliberately offend anybody. So if it is a slur, it matters a little bit. I want to know. It was kind of like you know the game Among Us. Not important.
Yeah, I do know of
Someone
it. Yeah.
someone wanted to make their username be a certain something, and they got told no, you can't. And they were like, "Why? What's wrong with Beanerino?" And I was like, "Dude, Beaner is a slur for Mexican people." And he was
Oh.
like, I
Oh.
just like I
Okay.
had to explain that to the guy, and yeah.
God, there's just so much of this stuff I don't know. Yeah, because I
Oh
had
yeah.
no
Well,
idea.
hell, I mean, I might not have known it was a slur, but I watched Breaking Bad, and actually, I think I knew it was a slur before that, but it brought it back to mind. I was like, oh yeah, that is a bad thing to say, isn't it? So I mean, yeah, the guy had no clue, or maybe he did, and he was just being an asshole. I don't know, but yeah, that's a slur for Mexican people.
Okay
And
then.
sand squirrel turns out to be like a slur for Arabs, Muslims, whatever the fuck, I don't know. I have total egg on my face, and I don't want to. I find that an unpleasant sensation.
Well,
So
I know that sand something else is a slur.
yes, but yeah, you know.
Right. Yeah. I had not known about that one until earlier this year.
Okay, I
The
knew it before earlier this year, but it not much.
mm-hmm. Um, the one I knew involved towels.
Hmm. Well, okay, there was a movie I watched. Oh, gosh, when did Navy SEALs come out? I forget, but it like at one point, Charlie Sheen's character starts talking about rag heads or rags,
Uh huh.
and
Yeah.
completely, well, not completely, but sort of kind of offended one of the characters, where she had to say to him, you know, I'm half rag myself, kind of thing. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's how I learned that's a thing.
Yeah. A friend of mine liberally used the towel slur, and that's how I found out about that one.
Hmm.
Um, he spent some time in the Middle East during the first Iraqi thing.
The Gulf War.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd forgotten it was
Yeah.
called Gulf War, but yeah. Um,
Well, I mean, you know, you don't hear it that much anymore. You usually do hear like the first Iraq War.
mm-hmm.
So, but I've been looking for ways to make distinctions between our many, many wars.
Yeah. Eek.
Mm.
And
Oh, you
then,
noticed the glance at the clock, didn't you, Columbia? You noticed, like, just as I glanced at what time it was, she whines again. I'm like, yeah.
she knows where the clock
Uh,
is.
well, sometimes I think we don't give cats enough credit for being as smart as they really are.
Oh my word, I do not know how people cannot give them credit for being as smart as they are. I mean, cats are fucking
Well,
brilliant.
yeah, but sometimes they're also extraordinarily stupid.
Well, occasionally.
I mean, well, maybe not even stupid, reckless. They're more reckless than stupid,
Mm. And
which is
then
weird because when you're reckless, they tend to cause a wreck. But what are you gonna do?
and then I do hear stories about particular breeds who are
Hmm.
less intellectually gifted than others, shall we say. Um,
Well, I've wanted an orange kitty for as long as I can remember, and Xander's the first one I ever had. I'd forgotten that they do tend, along the same lines as human redheads, tend to have a bit of a temper on them.
mm,
So, yeah, well, if not a temper, they're at least wild. They're so full of energy that it feels like a temper.
okay, then.
Yeah.
Okay, now,
Come here, baby. Oh, there we are. Oh,
Kittiness.
oh, who's my little kitty face? Oh, yes, you are. No, you're not getting away. You're getting love. You are, you are getting affection, whether you like it or not. Okay, go away. Of course,
God,
she's not going to go far enough away that I don't hear her whinging, now is she?
that is so
Silly kitty.
that is so Sylvie-ish.
Hmm?
Yeah, what Columbia was just up to. That is so Sylvie-ish.
What, trying to get away from your loving
Yeah.
embrace?
Yeah.
Yeah, cats don't really like to be snuggled if it's not on their own terms.
Oh my! And then, like I say, when they do want it, boy, they're gonna get it. Cause the little one over here, if she wants the attention, she's like a 4-year-old. She'll put the head under the hand, and you are going to pet me, aren't you? It's
Xander
like,
does that. I like if this is Xander's head and this is my hand, he'll
yes,
like
yes. Uh-huh.
yeah. That is a very Xanderish thing to do.
Oh, and then the little one here with the claws too. She wants my attention. She'll get my attention. Oh man, get up on the with the hind paws on the floor and the forepaws on my thigh with the claws out, and it's like those are
Mm.
sharp.
And Xander just started licking the underside of my feet again. I don't know where this kitty foot fetish came from, but he loves, well, I mean, he's there now, but he loves slurping on my feet, and I don't know why. Maybe I need to wash them more often? I don't know. But he does like that. Kind of the way Columbia likes to lick my Krelbo.
Okay then. Well, Cyrus, I've had that happen to me. Dr. Cyrus says my kitty somehow got fleas recently. She's an indoor cat and has been fine since we moved here 8 years ago. I only go out once a week to collect my prescription. It's weird. It turns out that the place I lived before I lived here, I would go past an overgrown area and seem to have been tracking fleas into my apartment. As I went past that overgrown area, they seemed to have been jumping onto me, and I tracked them into the apartment. And Sylvia had a hell of a case of fleas there. I really had to work to take care of that. But yeah, once I did figure out where they were coming from, and then I got her collared and everything else with the flea collar and all that stuff. Yeah, it took a little bit of work, but we finally got everything taken care of. Um,
Well, I figured out how the bugs got into my place. I'm sure I've told you about it before. The screen door on the front door has this like massive gap on the bottom of it. And I
uh,
didn't realize until Xander got out. And when Xander got out, I was like, oh, okay. So now if I want to keep this place cool, I got to figure out some way to do it that doesn't involve keeping that door open.
um, there wouldn't be screens on the windows, would there?
Oh, of course there are, but it's not enough.
Okay.
I mean, like summertime, we're getting up into the 90s and higher. It's San Diego, it's Southern California. It's not cool round about, say, like the end of July.
Okay, then. I guess that is one nice thing about this neighborhood, but the bad thing about this neighborhood is right about now, you're lucky to hit 30.
Well, I mean, I was raised in Vermont. I know what it's like. My dad was actually telling me earlier today that it's at about 5 degrees Fahrenheit there. I
Okay,
mean, he only
then.
knows because he went like looking, because they're still in Mexico.
Mm.
But yeah, my parents haven't been able to leave Mexico because of the damn COVID. So,
Oh my! I mean, are they stuck there until like 2023 or some shit like that?
well, I mean, the vaccines are rolling out, so maybe sooner than that.
I would hope. Um, what gets me a little bit worried is the new strain that turned up in southeast England, uh,
Hmm.
which may.
Well,
Hmm?
it's not worth worrying about though, because a lot of people are saying, yeah, they've identified multiple strains of COVID already, and it still seems effective when the vaccine is used.
Well,
So don't worry about it.
that's the thing. If it was different enough where the vaccine would be not effective on it, that is what worried me a little bit because there was a newspaper headline, was it yesterday or today, this morning, was that there was some doubt whether the vaccine would be effective or not. But then I was hearing from some other people that they thought they saw that it was decently effective. So we'll see.
The report I saw said that it's still like effective. The vaccine is still effective against this mutated strain. The thing that knocked me out, and maybe I was just being paranoid or whatever, but I saw footage of the trucks with the vaccine driving away from like the factory or the
Oh
manufacturing plant or
yeah,
whatever
right.
without a police escort. And I couldn't help thinking, there's probably some disgruntled Trumpetite out there
Mm-hmm.
who would like go, hey, I'm an anti vaxxer and this is a way of the government controlling us. I'm going after these trucks. And I mean, maybe it would have been suspenders and belt level of redundancy. But if I'd been in charge, I would have said, like, at least have a token escort.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing actually. I was thinking of those three trucks because you had the UPS truck and then somebody from somebody I'd never seen before, and then the FedEx truck was bringing up the rear. And I'm thinking, yeah, somebody could cause a little bit of mayhem there with properly placed munitions. And
Oh, well, I was picturing people in an SUV with assault rifles, but fair enough.
mm-hmm. Oh man, um, what do we have here? Oh, okay. Yeah, purple. That's the other possibility where I had lived previously. Um,
Mm.
he says in an apartment building could also be people's dogs drop fleas in the hallways. Yeah.
Well, I mean, people are allowed to have dogs here, but we don't have hallways. Like there's the ground floor and then there's the balcony, and all of them lead to doors, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Yeah.
where the hallways would be, we have open space.
Oh my! I tell you, the over here,
2 minutes.
Sometimes I'm
Sorry.
hit by a fit of nostalgia. It reminds me of the building where my dorm was freshman year, the first time at uni, with the whole block construction and the whole thing like this. Um, it just looks like 1975 in here. But I don't know. Maybe that's what happens when you get old.
Okay. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about right now. Do you mean the apartment looks 1975 ish?
Yeah, the this is block and brick construction.
Actually, I
Um,
just needed clarification on that one
oh,
point
okay,
because
yeah.
you left it ambiguous. So,
And then the construction method looks just like the dorm building that I was in back in '75.
I don't know. It's weird because, like, every time I think of a university, a dorm, a college, whatever, they tend to come in one of two flavors. I've noticed. Sometimes it's just the sort of brick office building look, but sometimes it's the this could easily be a city building or a church look. You know, like this could easily be city hall
Okay, then.
look.
Mm-hmm.
But those tend to be the smaller colleges. You know.
Well, there's I was at a small college, and the look, if I was going to call it anything, would be sort of like a Motel 6 look.
Huh. Because that's the kind of like that sounds like the kind of place I'd expect to be the university where people like the what the fuck's his name, Dr. Dino there, Hovind, Kent Hovind, would have either attended or started.
Oh, okay, okay.
You know, if it looks like a Motel 6, that's what I'm picturing as one of those fuckers. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just saying.
Now that those buildings are no longer there because I was just looking at a street view on Google Street View just a couple weeks ago, and which is really strange because the buildings were not that old, um, but they were totally ripped out and replaced. Oh well, what are you gonna do?
That's why I've been, doing the Google Earth VR thing and looking at the Rochester Institute of Technology where I went, and it is exactly the same. There is
Okay.
nothing different about it whatsoever right now. So, yeah.
Oh my. I sometimes wonder how it would have worked out had I paid more attention to RIT because they actually sent me a whole bunch of stuff. Please come to our school. Oh,
Hmm.
um,
I was never
gee,
headhunted by a university.
I wonder who the heck this could be. Some kind of
Hello.
Mom Nado? Is that it?
Mm, yeah, I'm here.
Hi, honey. How you doing?
Oh, I'm hopefully getting my tooth pulled tomorrow.
Ah,
Oh my, it's this long.
hmm Well,
just one, you say?
yeah, just one. Um, it started flaring up Sunday night
Ugh.
to the point that I've used probably three-quarters of a bottle of mouthwash, a big bottle of Listerine in the last 3 days.
Oops.
So
Oh,
yeah, I got hold of one of my doctors. I've got the teledoc people where you can call in and speak to a doctor about medical problems
oh
over
okay
the
then.
and he put me on 875 milligrams of amoxicillin twice a day.
Hmm.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, 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 yeah. I was going to say, I'm hoping that it's not obsessed, but
It's starting with the amount of
okay.
pain I've been in because I'm putting Oragel on it 4 times a day right now just to keep from screaming.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Eh, If I put ice on the side of my face or I chew on a cat.
Everyone's cat's misbehaving today, huh?
Tayo
Well, he
coraz
just
tú.
tried to jump up on top of the desk and completely missed it. And landed on top of my mouse and started skittering stuff. But yeah, if I put ice on the side of my face, it'll stop for a while. And then once the nerve warms back up, it starts flaring up again. It has not been a good week.
Hmm.
Carumba. Okay, now wait a minute. Hovind court case. I vaguely remember him filing a court case, but I cannot remember the what the complaint actually was.
I thought it was like taxes or something. Didn't he evade taxes for a while?
Well, that's why he ended up in the Hooskow, was tax
Isn't that what
evasion.
we're talking about?
Um, it appears that Hovind has tried to file a case.
Oh, like now,
Yeah,
like another one,
yeah.
something new.
Mm-hmm.
Dare I ask?
Uh, gonna find out here.
And it is that time for Social Security to be saying, "Hey, we're increasing your funds."
I got
But then
mine.
then I get this letter saying, "Oh, you have an appointment to regularly review the cases for people who get SSI. We need information from you, but none of the information is anything Talon would have."
Okay. Dr.
Hey, hey,
Osiris.
hey, 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 no fighting.
Um,
Is this the $500 million lawsuit? That one? Yeah, okay. Moof
Um,
beef.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna make the cats shut up.
mm,
Well, it's about dinner time. Yeah, it looks like you got about 20 seconds to go.
mm. And the thing is they're saying they're going to call on the 23rd at 11 a.m. with a number I haven't used for almost 10 years.
Oh.
So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck. Um,
Oy, oy.
and I've tried calling the phone number that they've given me, and okay, it's a Social Security phone number, but they're like, if you have questions or need help, call it this number, extension blah. So I called that today, and I nobody answered the phone, and all of their office hours are closed, 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 closed,
Oh, yeah, of
closed.
course.
So I don't know what to do. Who do I call?
Ghostbusters doesn't work, huh?
Yeah, because they're trying to call me at a Missouri phone number that I haven't had since 2010.
Wow.
Yeah. So what do I do? I'm at a loss.
Yeah, I really don't know because
Do I just get hold of somebody in the Social Security and tell them they're using the wrong information? Because I changed all of this information when I moved here to Florida.
I mean you could
So
you could
what you're
try.
saying is social insecurity, really.
Yeah, because I remember having to go through shit. I think it was 3 attempts to finally get everything changed over when I got my name changed.
Well, they've been mailing me stuff for the last 4 years here in Florida
Well,
and
that's
never had a problem.
that's
But
the same.
now all of a sudden
That's the
they
same
have the
sort
wrong
of.
phone number?
That's the same sort of thing they were doing to me. Some of their records got changed, but some did not get changed, and I was getting stuff for me, and then I was getting
Uh-huh.
stuff for Edward, both at the same
Huh.
time. And it's like,
Mm.
and I'd go in there and said, "Oh, okay, I got this over here. Oh, we'll take care of that." And then, okay, another source of paperwork would get changed, but not all of it yet. And
Mm-hmm.
by the time I did it for the third time, I finally got everything mailed to
Right.
me. And yeah, it's just weird.
Well, I will call them. There is a phone number for the disability department. I'll call them and tell them, they're trying to call me on the 23rd at a number that doesn't exist anymore, that I changed when I moved to Florida.
Uh-huh.
So, I need to get hold of this person. I left two messages, one this evening and one early this morning when I got the letter at like 11 p.m. and or 11 a.m. saying, "Hey, this isn't my phone number. Somebody needs to call me and change this."
Oh, there it is. Yeah, Dr. Osiris wanted me to mention it, Mom NATO, for the toothache, recommending, looks like mefenamic acid.
Never heard of it.
Acid.
Oh, I has to up to looking to making. Okay, here we go. Mefenamic acid, OTC. Okay, it's a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory.
Okay, I don't know that you could put that in your mouth.
You probably could.
Um,
Should.
should be able to. No, this is weird. Um, okay, this says prescription needed, but then there was something else that said OTC.
OTC. Yeah. Well, I've got Oragel and I've got Ambisol. So
Okay,
it's
and
just a
those
matter
are
of,
those are both lidocaine. So yeah.
well, one's benzocaine, but it has menthol and an astringent to help with the pain, and one's just benzocaine.
Move beef.
But I'm hopefully gonna get the tooth pulled tomorrow. If not, maybe they'll put me on something that will kill the pain, because that's the worst part, is the pain.
Yeah. Oh God, I remember the pain when my teeth were falling apart.
Yeah, well, this is the tooth that's completely, one half of it's completely gone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me know a day before your appointment to get that done, because I want to mention that that you want to be sedated.
Tomorrow, 8 a.m.
So it's less than
Uh-huh.
24 hours to go. Dang.
Well, huh.
Oh, wow.
Hold on.
Oh man, you know what? Okay, like totally when it's New Year's, gotta do like a 4 hours before midnight, 24 hours to go.
Okay.
It's 2020, 4 hours to go.
Yep.
Okay, it's funnier than that, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm hurting. It's.
Let me guess, you don't even get the reference, Diana?
Well, does it have something to do with 420?
No, it has to do with the Ramones. I don't know what the song's about, but it's 2020, 24 hours to go. I wanna be sedated. That.
Okay, okay. Shows you how far behind the curve I am.
Yeah.
Well, hell, I mean, that song's even before my time.
Yeah. No, I had called and got an appointment for the 29th originally, and then they called me back about an hour later saying, "Hey, we got a cancellation for tomorrow at 8 a.m. You want it?" Yeah. It's going to cost like $339 total to get the tooth pulled, since I don't have insurance.
I'm
But
amazed
they
that it's that cheap.
They have monthly financing available. So we'll see. If nothing else, even if they can't pull the tooth, it's going to cost me $39 for the visit and the x-rays. Hopefully they can give me pain medicine until I can get whatever's causing the nerve to flare up to go down.
On whom?
My patience.
There you go. There you go.
Actually, it's funny talking about appointments like that. I find myself wondering, like, What is it going to be like to get that vaccine? Are we lining up? Do we have an appointment with our doctor? When the vaccine's available to us, how is it going to be distributed?
I've wondered about that myself. No freaking. I'm figuring it's going to have to be more controlled, if you will, than the flu shot. Where you just walk into wherever and get it.
Hmm.
But I did look up. It was either New York Times or somebody else had an article about where you stand in line, and I was at the back of the line. I think there were about 3 people behind me. So it's
Was
going to be.
there actually literally a website that you could look at that said your name and when you'd get the vaccine?
Well, no, what you did was entered certain things about you, your age and medical conditions and that sort of thing, and they basically said, okay, out of how many million you stand this many millions in line, and like there's
So you weren't being literal when you said 3 is the point.
no, close to literal, but not exactly literal. No, I think they were. I think there were like 500,000 behind me.
Hmm. And you said that this was on the New York
I
Times.
think it was the New York Times.
Oh, well, here we go. Where am I in line for
Yeah.
vaccine? New York Times. Um, well, that did not provide an easily identified link. Oh, here we go. There's something that claims to have the link to it. You'd think you could get it directly, but all right. Here we go. This tool estimates your place in line. Let's hope they don't ask too many personal questions.
No, not very many at all.
Oh, fuck off, New York Times.
Oh, what is it?
Ugh,
Putting up the paywall?
yes.
Oh man.
Let's see. I'll open this in an incognito window and then plug in that URL. And okay. Let's see now. How old are you? That's easily answered. Um,
Oh my. Okay, that's better.
oh, county, not country. San Diego County.
Yeah, I made the same mistake.
None of those. Do you have COVID related health risks? I'll say no, but I don't know what they are. Let's see. Wow. Yeah. Says here, based on your risk profile, we believe you're in line behind 268.7 million people across the United States. And in San Diego County, you're behind 2.6 million others.
You and I are standing at approximately the same place in line. Yeah, okay.
That is so much bullshit, though.
Yeah, it's. I don't know how accurate that estimate is or anything like that, but
Wait, I'm behind all the homeless people and prisoners? Ugh. Like, okay, healthcare workers, nursing homes, first responders. I get all of that. But
okay, the prisoners might be because of the crowded conditions, and
yeah, but still.
I
Oh, and then
know.
there's the nebulous 8.2 million others, whatever the fuck that is. So basically, not getting the vaccine till 2023, probably.
Probably. Because I think this release here in the U.S. was only what about 100 million doses.
Something like that. I think they made a total of 300 million, but they're not all going to the US.
Right.
So,
And then let's remember that with the Pfizer vaccine, you need the 2 doses anyway.
don't you need that with all of them?
I thought that the other one was a single dose, but I could be full of shit.
Well, I've only ever heard anyone mention 2 doses.
Okay.
So, I mean, that doesn't mean that there isn't information I lack, however.
Uh huh.
So, hmm.
Okay. Teste vetrado. All right. From CNBC. Okay, Health and Human Services Secretary. Oh, come on, you. Says the public will get COVID vaccine by the end of February into March.
Well, that's quicker than I would have suspected.
Yeah, this article was published this morning. So it's not all that stale or anything like that. So
Well, it's crazy, like the conditions it needs to be kept in to be kept fresh. Like it
yes,
has to be some crazy, like negative 70 Fahrenheit or some shit.
I thought it was negative 70 centigrade, which is actually lower than negative.
Um,
Something like, yeah, it's like next to absolute zero,
um, well, every report I've seen that mentioned this is from like an American source, so I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Um,
Let's see. It says here, looking. Pfizer, colder than Antarctica. And of course, it pops a thing over it while I'm fucking reading.
oh, here we go.
Degrees. Where is it? Oh, I guess it is Celsius. Well, then all the people making those news reports need to be a little more specific.
Yeah, they do. It would, in this respect, be kind of nice to have the numbers like that in SI units, or as others would describe them, the metric units. Yeah, and then okay, here's the oh. Okay, I was full of crap. Both of the vaccines I was thinking of, yeah, have a schedule of 2 doses separated by 21 days.
Told ya. But I don't know. It's weird. Like one of the reports I saw seemed to be saying that the vaccines from different companies are being rolled out to different countries.
Okay, then. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that is, but that's what I heard.
Oh my. Okay, I'm looking at the CDC here, and the age indications for the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine, age 16 or older. What do you do for the kids?
Give them the other one.
Is in my note to knowing. Huh.
Give them the other one. I mean, if one of them is 16 and over, well, if you're not that, I guess you get the other brand. You know?
I hope they've got good stuff going with that. But okay, we're gonna see. Oh my.
Hmm.
So Mage says, in my state, I'm behind 1.5 million, countywide behind 40,600 people. Okay.
Well, with all of that, I think it answers one of my other questions, which was, are we going to have to make appointments? Well, if they're doing this kind of like weird triage thing, then clearly the answer is yes. Like it almost has to be done by appointment if
Yeah.
they're this about it.
Oh, here we go. Tayo Corosto. I'm going to look at this again for myself, if they will let me in. Okay, so hang on. There we go. Okay, and then we go over here. Come on, you. Okay, now it's letting me in without that whole paywall bullshit, but oh well. I wonder what the difference is. How old are you? 63. County is Allegheny. There we are. COVID related, I guess no.
What?
It's, do you have COVID health risks the way it asked you? And
Oh, that.
I'm guessing no. Based on my risk profile, we believe you're in line behind 268.7 million people across the U.S. When it comes to Pennsylvania, you're behind 10.6 million. In
I
Allegheny,
wonder.
I'm behind a million others. Huh? What?
Well, I wonder, like, if you played around and fudged with the results, what different answer, or rather, you fudged around with the questions with your answers, how much would it affect the results?
I'm going to find out. I'm going to tell them that I do have COVID related health risks. Okay, if I have COVID related health risks, I jump up to be behind 23 million.
I wish they would define what that means.
Yes,
COVID related.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I can figure out a few of them myself, but maybe there's others that aren't what I suspect. You know?
Yeah, now in the fine print over here, I say these include conditions tied to increased risk of COVID death, like heart disease, cancer, diabetes, obesity, other immunocompromised conditions. Um, I mean, I'm a walking I'm a walking pre-existing condition notebook, but I don't know if any of them are COVID related.
Hmm. Well, it's not like I don't have my own pre-existing conditions, but the difference is that I'm pretty sure used to have a brain tumor, not brain tumor, used to have seizures is not going to jump me ahead to the line.
Right. I have a feeling I agree with you on that one. I don't know. I rather personally doubt that my kidneys would move me up in a line. Um, anything
I
else?
didn't think I had kids, let alone any with knees. Oh, yeah, there's
Mo!
any. Oh,
Yay! What
there's
has
any.
he finished eating?
Yes, you are. Sometimes I wonder whether cats like or dislike the names we give them.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
don't know.
Understand them as well as perhaps they might, but I still wonder. Because I saw an article not too long ago said that pets, and especially cats, do know their names.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, sometimes I wonder, like, what does he think Xander means? You know? Does he like it? Because I remember
Hmm.
there was a Far Side cartoon once where it was like, the names we give pets, Rover and Fluffy and stuff, and then the names they give themselves, and it's like Zagnar the Destroyer, she who makes furniture, that kind of thing, and it's like, oh, okay. You know.
Okay. This is interesting. Okay, let's see if this is.
What?
This is from the CDC. What is this now? Below list of underlying medical conditions is not exhaustive. I'm not sure if this is the uh, COVID-related health conditions they're talking about on the other stuff. Yeah, it might be. Um, okay. If this is the health conditions that they are talking about, I am on that list.
And those would be
Cancer, chronic kidney disease, COPD, heart conditions, immunocompromised state, obesity, severe obesity, pregnancy, sickle cell, smoking, type 2 diabetes, mellitus. Um, and yeah, I mean, CKD, that's me,
CKD.
chronic kidney disease.
Oh,
Yeah.
hmm. Well, nothing on that list sounded like it was me, so.
The other one is I'd have to make sure, but just in case I am pregnant.
Oh, well, there is that. I don't know. I mean, me over here, an unraped lesbian is probably not particularly preggers.
Probably not. No.
And I know that that's a horrible way to phrase it, but still, well,
Oh my, oh my. All right. So, yeah, one of the things I suppose I will do is when the uh, when the news is out that the public's going to get this stuff, I'll talk to my
attorney.
GP, well, attorney, yeah, and then see if he wants me to get the vaccine. And I mean, if he does, great. If he doesn't, that's okay too. I mean,
Hmm. Have you ever thought of possibly changing to, like, say, like a master chief or a major practitioner?
um, for a while, I was thinking that it might be useful for like a brigadier general practitioner, but I won't necessarily go to 5 star, but that
Hmm.
single star would be enough.
Yeah, I still say though that they kind of screwed the pooch when they decided we're going to call it an attorney general instead of a general attorney. Because everyone wants to say attorney generals instead of
Yes.
attorney general. And
Yeah.
it makes perfect sense because we have generals in the army and we have attorneys in the courtroom, and usually when we're describing something we'll put the plural at the end of it, rather, because, or rather we'll put the adjective in front, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically you're demanding people understand that you're speaking like Yoda when you say attorney general.
Yeah.
So, like, I can understand why people fuck it up. At the same time, they are still fucking it up.
Yes, he
So,
is. Yeah, Dr. Osiris, they did say smoking, yeah, and I guess that probably doesn't apply to me anymore. I mean, it's been 2.5 years.
well, then my question is, does weed count?
I'm going to guess yes,
Hmm.
because,
Well,
it's
and does it make a
smoke.
difference if it's vaping?
That I couldn't tell you.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, say weed, I mean, that's still burning plant material, and it's possible that many of the same uh, chemicals are released, like acrolein, for example, is one that is released during the burning of plant material, and that I guess is a pretty heavy carcinogen.
Did you say acrolein?
Yes,
Never heard of that one. I've heard of a chromium, but that's something else entirely.
yeah, it's known to be released by burning carbohydrates.
Hmm. Well, that's the thing, though, is like, I always thought that vaping was literally vapor, like you're breathing in steam. But the times I've done it, it honestly felt that there was smoke in there somewhere, and I don't understand what's going on. Or maybe I was just like coughing because it's weed and it makes you do that.
Well, the one time I tried a puff or a breath or whatever of vape, my gods, that was so rough. I mean,
Was it?
I was a heavy smoker at the time, and it made me cough like crazy.
Hmm. Well, don't know what to tell you.
Dayu korostu.
Yeah, that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there we are. It's my word. Okay, it's ethene with one of the hydrogen atoms replaced by a aldehyde group. Okay.
Wait, something's being replaced with naga hide? Why?
There you go.
Thing is, do you realize how many nagas you have to kill?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to remember what a naga is, because that is a.
It's sort of like a snake centaur, basically.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay.
Yep. And I only know that because I've played more than my fair share of D&D. But
Yeah, I put the cigars in the pipe down, Doctor Osiris, when my voice was just totally shot. Um, I sounded like Kenny Rogers with an extra helping of gravel, and I figured that if I kept smoking, my throat was eventually going to fall out.
and then you'd have to talk like this.
Uh huh. Yep.
So, you know. I'm doing another one of those stupid tolerance cleanse things, and this time I'm gonna do it for more than a fortnight.
Alrighty then.
It's like,
Um,
2 weeks was apparently not enough.
well, I don't know. Could you do it for a barracks night?
No.
No. Okay. Just checking. Is am I on that looking for the Osiris thing? That is a what is that purple thing? What is that game called?
Purple Saturn Day?
Um, it's one of the really early video games. Um,
Pong. Battle Zone.
the one with the aliens who would go side to side and keep dropping down.
Oh, Space
Thank
Invaders.
you. I couldn't come up with that name.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's one of the little pictures that Dr. Osiris has there. Looks kind of like a space invader.
Oh, yeah, all right. I see what you're going on about.
Yeah, I smoked a tobacco pipe for quite a while. Cause cheap. I'd buy a pound of tobacco for $30, and I could smoke for 6 weeks on that.
Hmm.
And then what's amazing though is, I can't talk about the money I'm saving by not smoking, because I seem to be spending it on other things. So
Well, when you have it.
yeah, what the hell. But I think I was talking about this earlier. Yeah, I'm going to have to eventually get accustomed to changing my budget, because I'm getting extra food stamp money now, but eventually that's going to run. That's going to run out, and I'll have to actually pay cash for food, and
Oh
that won't be
no,
nice. Yeah, I know.
man! All these people expecting you to pay for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I'm still like trying to figure out all those right wingers who think that you have to earn everything, including healthcare.
Scheist.
Well, like the weird part to me is that these are usually the people who claim to be Christians, and yet they have no sense whatsoever of sacrificing a little bit for the good of everyone.
And wasn't Jesus all about, give to the poor, allegedly?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, apparently, and he took the whole like for the good of everyone, perhaps a bit further than he ought to have. But I mean, let's put it this way: to make the world better, I would not let anyone nail me to a tree.
There you go. There you go. And I'm
Just
trying.
saying.
I'm trying to remember who the jackass was. One of the American politicians who went on about Jesus would not want Americans to have free health care.
Uh, What
I seem to
an
recall an
asshole.
incident where he healed the sick.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I'm just saying, it's like, yeah, and even if he's not real, they believe he's real, and they're still not following his stupid teachings.
Yeah, they're certainly not following the philosophy of the guy that's described in the Gospels. Definitely not. Well, I don't think
Well,
any Christian is following the teachings of. Um, okay, as I say, I don't see any reason that I should reject out of hand the existence of an itinerant faith healer and preacher called Jesus. And okay, this guy's, for what it seems like, this guy's teachings, um, Christians today are not following any of them. They would
No,
not recognize that man as the Jesus they claim to worship.
well, they
probably
still
not.
think he's kind of a pasty white guy too,
Well, that too,
with
yeah.
real thin features and everything. That's a thing that always, like, I know I've mentioned it before. Like religious, specifically Christian artwork, kind of creeps me out a little. There's something weird and off about it that I can't define. Like whenever Jesus is making those weird gang signs in his pictures,
And each of those signs has a meaning, by the way.
and then like any of the ones where he's just sort of standing there with his arms like this, almost like he's shrugging, like I don't know. And he looks half
Mm-hmm.
asleep, like he's drugged out. I'm like, no, that's creepy. I mean, even as a small child, something about religious artwork just gave me a total Wiggins.
Oh my! And then
Um,
you see some of the stuff, the icons of the Eastern Orthodox folks. They look even worse.
hmm.
Okay.
They look like aliens. Uh,
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, like you see the representation of what Jesus probably looked like if he actually existed, and
uh-huh.
it's like this really sort of working class carpenter looking guy with dark skin and very not Caucasian features, and it's
Right.
like, yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can egg this fleek here. Oh my. Yeah,
I'm
okay.
surprised there wasn't a bigger outcry like that's not my Jesus. I don't know. Like it wouldn't have shocked me to discover people pulling that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And
Well,
maybe they didn't, I just didn't see it. But still.
oh
Oh.
my, okay, we've got this
I can tell it's
moo
gonna be
over here. Yeah, I
another
mean,
long.
stuff like
Yeah.
this.
Well, I mean, that's some of the stuff I was even thinking of.
Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
but there is something extraordinarily creepy about it. Plus the whole like, because in all of the imagery I ever saw of halos, they were always just that golden ring, right? But now you get the big circle behind a guy, and that's apparently a halo.
Yeah, and as far as the Roman art is concerned, the various shapes of the halos mean different things.
Man,
Too
it, it,
confusing.
like religion is such a weird kind of club. I'm not even sure how else to put it. It's just it's like there's probably even secret handshakes I don't know about.
Yeah, very, very likely. But is my favorite is this one. That's the first.
That's what I was talking about, the
Yeah.
representation where he looks like a working class carpenter who's very not Caucasian.
Yes,
But okay, you
absolutely.
see the sort of reddish one that's on the second from the top row?
You talking about this one?
Yes, that weirds me out. That's sort of like namby pamby mama's boy. Where I mean, he looks like he's got lipstick on and rouge for fuck's sake.
And I don't know if
He
this
just
is the
like has this
case.
weird like baby face going on. It's just creepy.
Um, I don't know how true this is, but allegedly this and similar are based on Cesare Borgia, uh,
Okay.
one of the sons of one of the Borgia popes. Um,
What I know is that it creeps me out.
yeah. Okay. What do we got? Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Mm. Well, the thing is, the guy on the right, not so bad. The guy on the left, I don't know. Maybe it's just the pointed beard.
Okay.
But something
Yeah. Yeah.
about the vacant as hell expression doesn't help.
Mm.
But the guy on the right kind of looks pissed off. He looks like like a really young heir to a throne of some aristocratic title who apparently is pissed about something.
Uh, that's exactly what he was, by the way. Um, the guy on the right, the one I'm pointing to right now, was the son of Pope Alexander the Sixth.
Well, then I guess I got it right.
Yeah. Oh my. Let's get this. Drop this down to the egg thing here. Okay, there you go. Get that out of the way so we're not taking up.
I do think that's funny how I was able to like completely read that picture.
Yeah, there you
Like
go.
knowing nothing about it. And I'm like, oh yeah, it looks like that. Well, it totally is. So I don't know, it's weird.
Oh, Boże moi, Boże moi.
Okay, I find myself yawning and I've been hungry for an hour. I may have to go
We're gonna
soon.
break up this party pretty soon. Yeah, I can understand because.
Plus, I like when I went to feed the cats, I had completely forgotten that I'd bought an artichoke.
Oh my. Oh my.
Yeah. And I gotta say, like I love artichokes. I don't know what it is. They're just tasty as hell. The problem is I can never cook them long enough because I'm always worried I'm gonna overdo it.
Yeah. Uh
And
huh.
so I end up with a very al dente artichoke, and I need to look up how long you really ought to boil them for.
Well, hold on. We'll look.
So, hmm.
Oh, here we go. Percacita. How long
Huh?
to cook it? Okay. Allegedly, bring salt and water to a boil. There should be enough water to cover the artichoke. Add artichoke to the water, reduce to a simmer, cover and cook until the leaves can be easily pulled off. About 20 to 35 minutes, depending on size.
I was never taught to let them simmer. I was just kept it going boiling.
Hmm. Okay, now here, how long does it take to steam an artichoke? About a half hour. Okay.
Hmm. So pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I haven't had an
I
artichoke in so long. I ought to get one someday.
I've never had one.
love the crap out of them. Although one thing that really amused the hell out of me was an episode of The Big Bang Theory where like Sheldon was trying to come up with some new topic or something to talk about, and like one of them was artichokes. Come on, people, it's just a giant thistle.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
That amused the hell out of me. I don't know why. It just did.
Oh my. All right. I'm gonna go anyway. My tooth is starting to hurt.
Oh no, we can't have
Mm.
that. No, 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 no,
Mm-mm.
no, no.
I've already pulled out the ice pack and put Oragel on, so we'll see how that works.
That and you're only slightly understandable.
Well, that's because of the ice
That's
on.
what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was trying to make reference to. That is to what I
Sorry.
was trying to make reference.
Um. Yeah, half my mouth is so I'll be slurring anyway. So, all
Okay,
right,
well,
I will see
honey,
you
you
all
take
later.
care, and yeah, keep us
Um,
informed. See if everything is gonna
yeah,
be
I'll.
good and stuff.
Well, even if they don't pull it, if they can give me some sort of pain medicine that's stronger
Yeah,
than just regular Tylenol, that would help.
but
Because
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
want anti-pain medicine?
no, I want like Tylenol 3 that's gonna knock my ass out, even if I'm hurting.
Yeah, but you don't want pain medicine. You want medicine that takes the pain
Painkillers.
away.
Yeah, I want painkillers. Big
Oh,
painkillers.
that's
yeah,
different.
yeah. Tylenol 3 might not be all that bad an idea.
Yeah, but
Hmm,
I
I'm
have to
waiting
go
for them
through.
to roll out Tylenol 4.0.
Yeah, I have to get that from either a doctor or a dentist.
Right,
The people, the teledoc people can't prescribe narcotics.
right.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
and Tylenol 3 does contain codeine.
Yes, and it works for
Hmm.
me. So,
Yeah, I got that stuff when I
uh,
jammed my hip into a fence post.
oh,
Why would
ouch.
you do that?
Well, we were being college kids at the time, and there was a hill out back of the dorms,
Oh dear.
and tobogganing down these hills on cafeteria trays, and
Hmm.
I hit a fence post full speed with my
Ow.
hip. Yeah,
Well, I
You-
ask again,
Oh,
why would you do that?
because I was a stupid college kid.
Okay, see, I would have, if I was like tobogganing on cafeteria trays, I definitely would not have done that.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was at the bottom of the hill. There was
Oh,
it was a fence around a tennis court, and I put my I put my
damn it,
feet
cat.
out too late to stop, and full on rammed into the fence. You could hear me
Well, see,
I
that's
have.
what
screaming
I'm
about a half
saying.
mile away.
I wouldn't have waited too late. That's on you.
Yep,
Yep.
absolutely.
Tornado. Tornado says hi.
Hi, tornado! Yay!
So, and that loud thump you heard, that was the cat falling off the desk.
Um,
He falls asleep on the top of the desk. I don't. He is the most ungraceful cat I have ever met. He will fall asleep instead of laying down. He's got himself tucked up, his paws tucked up under him. So when he falls asleep and starts to get lazy and wants to lay down, of course he rolls off the side of the desk onto my hand
Yep.
every time, and has not learned.
let me guess, then the claws come out?
No, then he just tumbles off the rest of the desk.
Oh, see, I would have expected that a cat rolling off a desk like that would
He's
to,
com-
Uh huh.
with the
no,
Yep.
and, yeah.
no, he doesn't have enough time to do that.
Oh,
So
I don't know.
yeah.
I just frequently had cats panic like that, and well,
Well, he fell asleep on me while I was laying on the couch earlier, and I guess he was having this weird ass dream of fighting something. because he started going in his sleep and sank his
Ay,
claws in, and it was like, oh fuck no!
ay.
So yeah, he's not having a good day today, and he has scared himself shitless. Now he's staring like, what the fuck? What just
Moo.
happened? So
Kitties.
Yes.
yeah,
They used to
he's a
Katie
goofball.
says,
They're good people, but they're also kind of strange at times.
Yeah. So all right, I will see you all later. I will keep
okay,
you informed
honey.
how I'm feeling. I really hope they pull this tooth, but if they don't, it's yeah gonna be
Yeah,
a
I
long week.
hope because you don't want that thing abscessing. Definitely
Mm-mm.
not.
No, definitely not. So, all right, see
Well, you
y'all
know what
later.
they say, abscess makes the heart grow fonder.
Or it kills you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And whatever doesn't kill us only makes us stranger.
Hey, absolutely. Oh my. And then there were two. Okay.
But for how much longer, I wonder, because I am still hungry.
Well, yeah, I mean, by all means, get some foodstuffs and everything else. And you're going to want to go back to, what's it called? Cyberpunk?
Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 it's called.
Moof beef. Okay. I wanted
I
to make sure I got.
distinguished from, say, Cyberpunk 2020, which was actually, I think that's the second edition of the game, was 2020. I think it was originally just Cyberpunk. But the reason for the distinction is that it, well, well, number one, Cyberpunk is a genre name unto itself.
Okay.
So that makes a difference. But number two, um, well, I mean, 2077 takes place like 50 years after the events of Cyberpunk 2020. So there's another difference.
Mm.
So I mean, like the fact that it's not just Cyberpunk, but Cyberpunk 2020 is actually or sorry, 77, 2077 is actually kind of important.
Okay, then.
Yeah. Like some of the events that are mentioned in the original source book, because it was originally like a tabletop RPG like Dungeons and Dragons, right? And part of the lore is that there was this rocker named Johnny Silverhand who was like killed. And he had some like political things going on, and that's probably part of why he was killed. Like, he seemed to want to, he like bombed Arasaka Tower at some point and was apparently killed in the attempt. And like that's important. And this is not a spoiler if you haven't played the game, it's in all of the videos. You are playing a character who ends up with his digital essence in your head. Like you end up slotting a chip into your data jack. And I'm using like Shadowrun terminology instead of Cyberpunk, but cope. And it basically uploaded Johnny Silverhand into your head, and now he's slowly taking over your body and he's talking to you all the time, and you have to figure out what to do about it.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah, so the fact that there is like literally decades worth of lore for this game is part of why it has the name it does.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I lose the quality of the background noise changed? Did I lose audio on you or?
I can hear
No.
you. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you. There was a
Although for a
little bit of.
second there it sounded like I was echoing.
Okay, what I heard, there was a little bit of a hiss going on, and then it went away as if everything got disconnected. And
Hmm.
I wonder if the two of them. Oh, hi, PJ. Yay! 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 Yay!
Well,
Yay! Yay!
it's
Yay!
entirely possible that what happened was I went, I don't know.
Moo!
It might have been me sighing.
Oh my! Oh my! Yeah, yeah. You never can tell. I mean, this thing is a little weird with the audio, so I'm actually amazed. I shouldn't say anything lest I jinx this, but I'm amazed it hasn't thrown me off yet. Oh my!
Mm, yeah.
Yay, 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 yay. Yay, 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 yay.
Hmm.
No, huh?
No. Oh, speaking of which, though, I think I've figured out a much more comprehensible way to explain why it is I don't like a lot of that sort of like old orchestral classical style music. I think I figured out how to express it better.
Oh boy.
I don't like I don't like improv jazz either. You know, like when someone takes a theme and then, like does shit around it
Oh, okay.
instead of having a melody. You know what I'm saying? Where
Mm-hmm.
it's like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the sort of classical style music will maybe it has something that's vaguely melody esque, but then there's these little like tweaks around the edges, and it's never regular. And it,
Okay.
it
Okay.
literally sounds to me like orchestral improv.
Oh my, so I can think of a form that you actually would absolutely hate, which is called
Hmm.
theme and variations. I mean,
Okay.
literally, where you begin with a theme, and by the time you're through with it, it's unrecognizable. But it bears
Mm.
the vaguest resemblance to that original theme.
Yeah, I'm not into that. I like the problem is you can't hum it or whistle it.
Uh huh. Okay.
It's just it's not really a tune, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I like my music tunish.
Okay,
So
not tuna-ish, just tune-ish.
I said tunish. I was very specific with my language. Thank you very much indeed.
And not Tunisian. Okay.
Ah,
Well, a badly pronounced Tunisian.
oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were going somewhere with tumescent.
I think you found a word I don't know.
Really? Um, I believe a synonym is engorged.
Ow! Moo!
But I'm saying that based on a movie I haven't seen in a while. So
Oh, look at that. Tumescent, adjective. Swollen or becoming swollen, especially as a response to sexual arousal. Okay, what is
well,
this?
that was indeed
Sex.
that was indeed the premise, the concept that was being said in the movie. So
Okay,
it works.
moo.
You know. Oh, hello, Zandy Poo.
Meow, meow.
Who's my little Zandy Poo? Yes, you are. You're. Oh, he wants head scritchies. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Who wants head
Yeah,
scritchies?
so he's gonna get them no matter what.
Yarp. Hey there, buddy. Ooh, slurpity, 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 slurpity. He's licking my arm.
Oh my.
I mean, what? Does he like the taste of dead skin? Am I salty? Does he like sweat? What's with him? I don't know. I mean, Columbia does it too. But this little monster will sometimes go after my feet. And we're not talking like the top of my feet. He likes to lick the heel or in
Oh
between the
my.
toes. He wants the jam, apparently.
Okay.
Hmm. Well, you know what I have to say to that?
Moo.
Pump up the jam, pump it. Anyway, I'll just be over here. Sorry. Bad song from like the 90s or some shit.
No toe jam football, huh?
I don't even know what that is, but no, this is this bad song in a style I don't care for.
Well, that toe jam football is out of one of those Beatles songs that I could not come anywhere near alluding to, lest I be obtaining a copyright strike.
Well, I guess my question is, what era of Beatles was this? The "I Want to Hold Your Hand"
This
era,
is
or was That's the hippie shit.
This is the hippie shit. Late Beatles as they were coming apart.
Mm.
The
Yeah, I was never into the Let It Be era. I liked them better when they were a little, I don't know, poppier, bubblegummier, more
mm,
for entertainment and less for making statements.
yeah, the song that I was thinking of is called "Come Together." Oh, okay.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of the same way I preferred pre-Vegas Elvis.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Well, Elvis had a beautiful voice. It's just a shame he rarely used it.
I've never seen one of those movies that he's been in where he was like acting in a movie. I've never seen one. I hear he's a terrible actor and they just
Yep.
put him in because he's Elvis,
Yep.
but I could not say for certain because I've never seen one.
Mm. Oh
Oh,
my.
Xander. Oh.
Meow, meow, meow.
Okay, are you seriously fighting with your own tail right now? It's funny. Like I wish I could find as much entertainment in chasing things as cats do. Like Xander will pounce on a thing that was sitting still, and then he'll thwack it and pounce on it again. It's like you caught it once already, kitten. What are you doing?
Okay then.
I could not have that much fun. Like I could never try to play catch with myself if that were even possible.
Hmm.
I mean, I've seen people like they'll have a baseball glove and a tennis ball, and you
Oh,
know,
against the wall.
like
Yeah.
that. But even then, I'm not my thing. You know,
Cats are very moo.
they are, but I don't know. Sometimes I wonder what we would think if we could hear cats' thoughts. Hmm.
Was in a movie where he played twins. I don't know that one at all.
What, Elvis?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that one. I've heard of a lot of movies where people are playing twins, including twins, but I don't know that one. Oh, they've been for years talking about trying to do a sequel to Twins where it's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito like in the first one and then Eddie Murphy.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, okay, I haven't seen Eddie Murphy in anything in a long time, but I know I enjoyed the movies he was in, most of them. The Golden Child can go fuck itself. But I'd watch it. Danny DeVito and Eddie Murphy and I guess Schwarzenegger, I mean, sure, I'd watch it.
I couldn't even tell you the plot of Roustabout, PJ.
Hmm.
Okay, let's see what we've got.
Well, what we've got is an extraordinarily hungry Kate who's going to go get food.
Oh, okay. Working a carnival. Okay, so the Kate is going to get the food.
Yes. Oh, is that what my hair's been doing this whole show? Egad.
Still beautiful.
Eh. Anyway, so I'll catch you evil geniuses later, even if I am pinned down by a cat.
Alrighty. Oh my. You take care, hon.
Shut up, kitty, you whore. Anyway, have fun.
Oh my. And then here we are. Let me get the two of me cut down to one. Over there, camera two. Yay! Up in the corner. There you go. Yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't remember that Roustabout was also a carnival worker. I knew about Roustabout working the oil platforms in Alaska, but all that good stuff and everything else. And yeah, I think I've got some soup to make because I've got the beans that have been soaking since about this time yesterday. I don't want them to be out soaking too terribly long because they'll start fermenting all over the place, and that won't be good. And besides, I do have to hit the can. So I want to thank all of you. I want to thank everyone who's here, and I want to thank everyone who's not here. I don't know, PJ. I really don't. I really couldn't tell you. I think she. I don't think she. I do not think that she does not like you, but. Right. I'm happy to have you pop in. Absolutely. Absolument. Yay. But yeah. Oh my word, 10 o'clock. Yeah, it's getting about that time. No, really and truly and everything, I want to thank everybody who's here, and I want to thank everybody who's not here. Every one of you, you guys are amazing. Really, you are. I don't know how you put up with me, but I'm glad that you do. Because you're what keeps me coming back, really. And as long as you keep liking it, I'll keep doing it. Definitely. And I do want to mention that Purple is hosting a Christmas relay. We're gonna be doing live streams, handing off one to another, starting Christmas Eve, and going on toward midnight Boxing Day. And yeah, come on by. Starting the 24th at 11 Central, I believe. And we'll just pick it up from there and keep going. For all of you out there who are all by yourselves for the Christmas day, keep you company, and you'll be keeping us company at the same time. And deck the halls and ho ho ho, and Schlitter from Peanuts with the little piano, the little kid's piano he'd sit at, and ding 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 ding. Yay! But you guys are amazing. You really are. I'll be back again as usual on Sunday. Yeah, sorry for not being around this past Sunday, but oh my word, it was just was not feeling well at all, unfortunately, and I think for about 3 days straight, just total nausea, dry heaves, that whole bit. So happily, that's pretty much over at this point, and hopefully it won't come back for a while. Charlie Brown days, oh my words, yes. I saw almost all of them from 1965 to about 1980. and I've got a copy of the Charlie Brown Christmas special here. So yeah, I love that one. And let's not forget the Grinch. Boris Karloff doing the narration. Yep. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. But yeah, I gotta hit the can, guys. Oh, thank you. I want to thank every one of you. And I want you guys to know that you are absolutely amazing. I thank every one of you. I really do. And okay, I guess until Sunday. Thanks a lot, troops. See you on the other side.